All right. We are back. We are live. Everything looks good on my end for both YouTube and Twitch. So, welcome back, everybody, to another episode. Two Shades of Game. And for every. So, crazy NFL week, especially for a fantasy perspective. Fucking. I know you talked about how you didn't really get to see it that much, Ajon. But man, for the shit that happened this week, the Cowboys losing to the Panthers. Um, yeah, yeah, Cowboys losing to the Panthers. The way that the fucking the game with the Chiefs and the Lions, kind of how that looked. Um, and the Ravens, yeah, that downfall of the Ravens without Lamar, although it's expected. Just a crazy year so far, man. Um, but I mean, we got one huge fucking game coming today. We're expecting the growth of a quarterback that we're still expecting to continue growing at the way that they're growing. Uh, Motherfucking Bears versus the Commanders, man. How y'all think that's gonna play out? Nah, I'm a that's crazy too, because they're both. This is one of those games where you really people are gonna put that nail in the coffin. Like they're gonna decide who's better. If Jaden comes back from injury and then leads a team that's been hurt over Caleb, yeah. Oh yeah, I can't hear you. Hey, John. Hey, John. I can't hear you on the stream for whatever reason, and you're frozen. Yeah, yeah. And I can't hear you on the stream. I can hear L. Say something, L. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear L, and I can hear myself, but I can't hear Ajan. But L is a little low. I'm not gonna lie. You sound like a little low. I'm gonna turn up. I can turn up the Discord. Hold on. That's always. Let me see. Go ahead.
Tested 1, 2. Sound better? Do I sound a little bit louder?
Yeah, you sound way better. Say something, Ajan.
Am I covering up?
I can hear you. Yeah,
Still
you
don't
guys
get
both.
me?
You guys sound great.
All right, good.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
you
was
got.
in my Discord settings. It was in my Discord settings.
Okay, okay. So
Shoot.
shit, we're
My
good
bad,
then.
my bad.
No, we're good.
Okay.
But
You
damn,
were
we can't.
saying,
We can't recap that whole fucking tangent you just had. Damn.
Damn.
I know it
um,
was
Had a lot.
good shit too.
yeah,
Yeah, narrative wise, what people talk about, what people get on TV and say and what they're going to be saying for the whole season. Uh, this is a big exclamation point for both of these guys. Now, Jaden has more leeway. He could have a decent game. He just come back from injury. They beat the Chargers. He has that whole rookie season to fall back on. But what Caleb can do is, if we look at the stats this year, he can separate himself from Jaden just a little bit in this early block of the season because he has a better completion percentage, more yards per attempt, more touchdowns. Is even keeping up with rushing. You know what I'm saying? Because Jaden did miss 2 games. You feel me? But Caleb's had the bye week, so he's only played one less game than Jaden Daniels has so far this season, and he has the way better stats so far this year. So he can start to make up some ground, you know what I'm saying, and be who, I think he's ultimately going to become. It could really start tonight.
who are the Commanders' next 4?
Let's look that up.
That'd be interesting to see. Because if he has a chance to run it up and keep it close in the division with the Eagles,
Mm-hmm.
that'd be saying something.
No, yeah, he's got a big game against
Oh,
Dallas. He got a game against Kansas City. You talking about Jaden?
Yeah.
Dallas,
mm-hmm.
Kansas City, Seattle, Detroit. It's no slouches.
Oh my goodness.
No
If he comes out
slouches.
of that looking good, I mean, it's crazy because those are 4 good teams
Mm-hmm.
So Bears,
and good
Chiefs,
defenses.
Lions, and Broncos. Is that it? Or am I? No, wait.
No, Bears,
I'm looking
Oh, he
wrong.
has Cowboys
Dallas,
in there?
Chiefs. Yeah,
Yeah,
Bears,
Okay.
yeah, I see it. Yeah, he has Bears,
Dallas,
Cowboys, Chiefs, and Seahawks.
and then Detroit following Seattle.
Those are going to be
Yeah.
good. Their
Yep.
season gets good.
Yeah,
What do you guys
and
think they could do with that?
the Cowboys are a stimulus package to any quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going
So
to make you look good.
if he can get around the Kansas City refs, and the Seahawks are playing really good. Sam Darnold is
They
is
are.
is really looking like he's trying to submit himself as a top tier quarterback this year. I mean, even though last
That D
year I
line
think
is
he was second or
crazy.
third. I think Sam Darnold was second or third in MVP last year.
Yeah, he was up there for sure.
It just came down. He
All
had just
those
such a stinker
wins.
in that playoff game that kind of hurt his stock.
Yeah.
But I view quarterbacking a bit different now than I would a couple years ago because it's starting to seem like some of these guys just need time. Like
Mm-hmm.
and it's been in I think when you're spoiled, I think the NFL as fans and the NFL period has been a bit spoiled the last couple of years with Lamar Jackson and how good he looks early, and the Josh Allen and how good they look, and to where we'll look at a guy like Baker Mayfield and be like, I don't know, is it this? Is it team wise this? And then you really see him now really settled into his career, and he's, as of right now, probably leading the
Oh yeah.
MVP talks. And Caleb, I think, probably might fall into that category. I know these first 2 years are kind of rough, but the way college is now, they're not really learning like systems as much. And so I feel
Yeah.
like it almost takes like a good 5-6 years now to where like you can't really judge a quarterback until then, because look at Tua. Tua looked good his first couple seasons. Now you look at him and he's barely kind of holding on for life. He's barely a top 20 guy, if that.
Yeah, for real.
He turns the ball over so much. His size is really starting to be a major problem. On top of that, he has tiny receivers, so that doesn't help him.
At all.
And so yeah, I'm starting to look at quarterbacks a bit different, not to write them off so fast as I would before. You know what I mean?
I just want to throw this out there so people could know how the first 4 weeks of Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson has been going. Caleb has 8 touchdowns, eight passing touchdowns, tied for 16th in the league with a bye week. Only 2 picks on the year, QBR of 65.9, which is 11th in the league. So he's having a really good year, but a lot of people still have somewhat of a bad taste in their mouth from last year. He's also only been sacked 7 times this season. At this point last year, he had been sacked 27 times. They cut down the sacks dramatically. And his pocket presence is not so much more as let me hold on to the ball to try to get the ball to downfield to do some USC play. He's holding on to the ball and getting check downs, but sometimes the check downs are inaccurate. That's been the problem so far this season. Is like the screen passes, the quick screens to Rome, quick screens to DJ. He's been missing them and dirting them. If he fixes that, I mean, he's going up. You know what I'm saying? And he
That's so
has,
crazy how that ends up
solid
being the
stats.
case. How a guy can look so good. A guy like what was the Colts old quarterback?
Anthony
Richardson.
Richardson? Yeah.
How he could throw the most beautiful football 60 yards down the field, but I mean,
Yep.
was just terrible 10 yards in front of his face. I mean, it doesn't make so crazy
Wide
how that
open.
can be the case. Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
Caleb has
because
a
last
little
year,
bit of that in his game.
for sure, because last year, to me, his biggest problem was just him trying to play too much hero ball, And in the
Sacked
NFL, I
73
feel like
times.
if you're not Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, hero ball is just not your game. Like, I don't think that's gonna work for you, And I think he's gonna have to understand. He's gonna have to work within the system a bit more, trust Ben Johnson and what he really has out there, lays out there for him every week, and really trust in the system, learn the system. And I think through that, he'd be a lot better instead of just, like I said, trying to be Superman every week, which I do think kind of hinders him a bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. And he has one of the better top tier arms in the league as far as his arm talent, the way the ball just pops off his hand, explodes off his hand. So he knows he can get the ball anywhere, but he's not the biggest guy. You know what I'm saying? So he's getting a lot of balls batted at the line of scrimmage as well. So he just needs to continue to trust. Ben Johnson has said week by week, he's playing more with his feet. He's trusting his feet more and more. When he takes the three step drop, that's for the first read. 5 steps is for the second read, and he's trusting the check down. That's what all Ben Johnson wants from him. He doesn't want him scanning the field for 5 seconds. He wants, if it's not first, it's second. If it's not second, it's check down. If it's none of it, either scramble or get rid of the football. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing that more and more. He needs to continue to grow in that role.
The Steelers were very successful with that last year with Justin Fields. Were very successful with just dink and dump, roll you out. They were just rolling out of the pocket damn near every play. Combine that with the run game, and you can win games like that. If you have a solid defense, you can run games down, control the clock, dink and dump offense. You can win a lot of games like that. And I know a lot of people will look at that and be like, and I kind of, for one, was one of them. But at the end of the day, if you're winning games, you're winning games, and that'll help you stay and help you progress and help your confidence. And you see guys get better and better through that process,
Yeah. And if they had the defense, if their defense actually showed up like the way they're supposed to, because they added some pieces and they just
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of lucked out to have a bad defense. They'd be even more dangerous. They could hold teams to.
They just can't stop the run. They can't stop the run for. I told everybody, if Ashton Genty's going to play well, he's going to play well versus this defense. If any running back's going to play well, they're going to play well against this defense. So tonight, Krosky Moret's not really the type of running back that kills them. It's more bruisers who can get up the field and get to the second level of the defense. But yeah, the running backs have been feasting on this team. Javonte Williams was carrying Bears cornerbacks up the field on his back.
Yeah, Jeremy McNichols. That's going to be a bruising running back y'all going to have to worry about for a fact. Because he has some explosive style of speed. He's hard to take down. I can see him having a big game with Krosky Merritt just because they don't have guys out there that are just playmakers like the way that he's a playmaker.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see them using Krosky Merritt almost like a A-Chain or Jalen Warren this week against the Bears. And if they can do that too, you got two threats out the backfield you're going to have to worry about. It'll be interesting to see, though, the kind of game plan that they have. Are they going to try to rely on Jaden? They can't. I don't feel like they can because they don't have playmakers to be able to rely on Jaden. You know what I'm saying? Like Jaden needs those playmakers in order to kind of be the threat that he is. He doesn't have playmakers. I wonder if they're going to try to bully him and force him into throws, force him into his first read. If they can do that, I think the Bears got a good shot of winning this game. I think they're going to win this game, but can they win it convincingly? You know what I'm saying?
What's the? Let me look at the spread.
Convincing
game.
I know the Commanders play almost more zone defense than any other team in the league, and Caleb Williams is good versus the zone defense. But I worry about Dorrance Armstrong getting tons of pressure tonight, because the Bears have benched left tackle Braxton Jones for undrafted rookie Theo Benedict tonight. So he's going against the undrafted rookie who has been good all through training camp, and he got out there a couple of times this season and was good. So he took the starting job from Braxton because Braxton doesn't hold up in the run game. That's why not only the Bears the worst rushing defense, they're the worst rushing offense in the league. That's why they're so imbalanced, and that's why I'm more so impressed with Caleb this season to be 2-2 than disappointed in him because they're 32nd in rushing and they're 31st in rushing defense. For a young quarterback, that you would think they'd be 1-3 or 0-4 damn near, but
to not have a run game like that,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty good. They are a 4-point favorite going into tonight's game.
The Bears, yeah.
So I'm taking the Bears because they play so much zone. Washington and Caleb's really good at throwing those second level throws over the linebackers in front of the safeties. He's really good at that. I think that's going to be what he shows a lot of tonight. Look for Colston Loveland and Alameda Zaccheaus tonight out of the slot, in my opinion, to have a pretty good game. Of course, Rome's going to do what Rome's going to do, and I think DJ plays well too, especially on short crossers and getting the ball all different kind of ways. Hopefully the screen game is better. Like I said, Caleb has dirted so many screen passes this season. It's ridiculous. His passing percentage would probably be 3 or 4 more points higher if he wasn't dirting so many screen passes. So hopefully he's gotten that together over the bye week.
Wish I had my pick'em sheet. That'd be fun to do a nice little pick'em today. Well, I guess all the games are Sunday.
Got Bills and Falcons today too.
I mean, that's
the Falcons, man. I had a lot of hope for what's the name, that quarterback?
Penix
out of Washington. Yeah, man. To be honest, because he was in the same draft class as Jaden, Caleb. That's Jaden, right? I actually at the time thought Penix was the best quarterback out of that class. And his rookie year coming in for Kirk, he looked pretty well, but this season has not panned out all that well for him. I haven't been able to watch him very much, so I'll be interested in watching him, getting a better eye on him this week to see what may or may not be the problems.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good one, especially if Penix can show up and Kyle Pitts and Drake London and Bijan and Algier. I think Algier is probably going to be a factor because he wasn't the last game or two, but versus the Bills aren't that great at stopping the run either. I've been locked in on the Bills all year because James Cook been my MVP in fantasy, so I know how they play a little bit, and Josh Allen's that boy. So yeah, their run defense is not the best. I think Bijan and Algier probably go off a little bit tonight.
Yeah, and he
You're
can't.
right though. Penix is the X factor. He got to let that ball go. He got to let it rip like he
Yeah.
used to at Washington.
And Atlanta has
Yeah.
to
Yeah, because I mean,
capitalize.
he was the most experienced, right? He had the most
Mm-hmm.
playing time.
6 years in
People,
college.
yeah, and people thought coming into college that was coming into the NFL wasn't a very good thing that he'd been in college that long. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, he's a grown man. I
Yeah.
think it's important to be a mature grown man, especially at that position. That
Mm-hmm.
was one of the things I
Jaden
feared about
Daniels.
Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb only in college for 3 years. True junior coming out. Jaden Daniels is in college for 5 years. 2 years at
Yeah,
Arizona State, gap year, and 2 years at LSU. So, I mean, the grown men are coming in and kind of doing their thing, and you see like Caleb's taking a little bit to really show what he truly is, and Anthony Richardson only played like 15 games in college, and you see what that's turned out to be. So
yeah.
you're right about that. The more games you get under your belt in these big time college atmospheres is helping so far as when you hit the ground running
Oh
as a
yeah.
rookie.
Oh, for that definitely. And the NFL, I think more than anything is a the coaches really matter, and it's not to say the
Mm-hmm.
coaches don't really matter in in college, but in the NFL, man,
Oh
coaching
yeah,
is king, and
it is.
and if a guy doesn't have a good support system around him when it comes to coaching, you kind of see what that'll do to a young quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think part of it might be, I'm pretty sure that's a defensive coach he has over there in Atlanta.
Yeah, Raheem Morris. We all know
Yeah,
him looks
so
like Jamie Foxx.
oh, yeah. That might play a factor in kind of what's going on with him this year. But I still have high hopes for him. I still think he can be a solid quarterback in the NFL. I
Oh
really
yeah.
do.
Yeah, I mean, shit. He has the perfect situation, low key, because what the Bills low key kind of been struggling. They just struggled
Mm-hmm.
against the Saints. That should have been an easy game. The Bills shouldn't have been the
Yep,
toughest
got
game.
beat
Penix has
beat
that.
by the Patriots.
Yeah, yeah. You got the same
The
kind of
Bills
caliber
weirdly struggle
quarterback.
against teams they shouldn't struggle against in a weird
Yep,
way. In a
It's a
very
trap
weird way.
game.
exactly.
I think this
They
could be a
do
Yeah.
trap
that.
game for him. And then with Bijan, the ability to take over this bitch, I
Oh
don't know.
yeah.
It should be an easy
It's
one
gonna be
though.
that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting right there. I agree. The running backs of Atlanta versus the Bills defense is gonna, and I think I'm not sure Ed Oliver's been out, so I'm not sure if he's back this week or if he's still out. But that makes a big difference in Buffalo's run defense.
And who's stopping Drake London? Who's opposite of Drake London?
Mm.
They're gonna feast.
You talking? Yeah, they
Darnell
could really have like
Darnell
slot
Mooney.
corners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that offense. It's not. We've seen flashes of how it looks. If they can get to that point, I think the Bills have a tough game on their hands. And if they make Penix
Mm.
look good, make them look confident, that's all they need is just a little
Mm-hmm.
confidence from that quarterback. And they got the weapons. They have the offense to do it.
They do. They do. Even Ray McLeod be getting off over there in Atlanta if their passing game is clicking.
Yeah, Ray, fucking, it's a. They got the tools there. Kyle Pitts, they've been
They
having
do.
forever. They need to sign him.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
He's
see.
developing this year a little bit, but that it's been a long time coming. He's supposed to be the best tight end prospect to come along.
Mm-hmm.
It's been slow motion a little bit, but like El said though, development, man, development across the whole board.
It's like, how do you even
Yeah.
like? I don't know, like what teams are focusing on to develop. Like, I wish this is why I watch Hard Knocks so much because I like to see how players develop. What are players doing? I feel like quarterback position in particular is such a IQ game that I never see anything how quarterbacks are getting better other than just trying to read and just look at film. I don't know how they're getting better. What can you do as a quarterback to get better other than playtime, right? Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, I think no one can hear each other. Oh wait, what happened? We good? We back?
I'm just trying to fix my stuff. I'm trying to see if I can fix it a little bit in the settings.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, because it's freezing, huh?
Yeah,
You can still hear you perfectly, but
yeah,
it's just freezing.
yeah. I know. I feel like it's because I'm on this web browser, man.
I mean, you could also use your phone. You got a new phone?
Yeah, I do.
You could just log out the web
Do it
browser,
from the phone.
do it from the phone.
I'll do that. Let me see. I'll be right back, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Get ready to tee up the next topic though when we get this shit right.
But yep. So since I'm by myself, let me see, man. Couple of things happened this I was gonna wait a little bit. I am gonna wait a little bit to talk about the real good fantasy shit. I'm just gonna go over the weekly schedule, the disappointments, the people that played better and got a win. I mean, shit, I'm one of those, right? I played a team that was projected to score 130. I was projected to score about 130. And I came up with the win. Again, I'm like 1-4 in my league. All right, okay, you got you. And it's pretty much the same shit. It might be a little bit better.
Is that good enough?
Yep.
All right, let me just get my headphones hooked up to my phone and off the laptop, and we can keep it cracking.
Did you think in the slightest that you would beat Devin's team?
No, I knew since last week that was not happening. I came on the podcast and said that's not happening. It's a no-go. Hopefully my headphones are connected. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay, yep, for sure. No. Let me show you shit. All right, yep. Yeah, man, the mighty have fallen 5-1. You feel me? I got to figure some stuff out, man.
What do you think about your outlook on the season?
Bro, it's wicked right now. It is wicked. But Aaron Jones should be coming back here next week. I think Minnesota's gonna. Jordan Mason kind of fell off a little bit. I was nervous. I thought Jordan Mason was like bell cow, but he's kind of fell off the last 2 weeks almost. So
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
you know, I was plotting on this downfall a little bit. Now they're gonna when Aaron Jones comes back, they're probably gonna need that pass catching and that running. So he'll be back next week. Might not start him next week, his first game back, but hopefully if he looks good, then we'll get him back in the lineup and get well soon. Omarion Hampton. Quinshon Judkins had his first bad game as a pro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dark right now. Malik Neighbors gone for the season. We're still trying to figure some stuff out, man. But Brian Thomas Jr. showed up. I know Rome's going to show up tonight. I mean, we have no chance of winning, but I know I'm just waiting for my guys to show back up and get healthy a little bit and try to still figure out how I'm gonna replace Neighbors. It's still been rough, man. Nobody's fucking with me on the trade, so we'll
Who's
see.
the best receiver you got in your waivers?
It's dark.
Ooh,
It's dark.
it's dark. It's
Dark.
nasty.
Yeah. I mean, Josh Downs, Keyshawn Booty from the Pats.
Yeah, the Patriots.
Patriots.
Pretty
Yeah.
much it. Those are the only two.
Damn, Booty. Damn.
Yeah, it's dark.
That feels like a position you might have to go like week to like whoever's playing the Cowboys. Sorry, Harvey, but
Oh, yeah.
You could just find somebody.
I would find somebody,
Yeah.
a random receiver that's going, or a receiver or a tight end that's going up against the Cowboys, or the Ravens, and you might have to just week to week like see which
Just gonna have to
matchup
do that. We're
you
gonna
can
have to figure
feel
it
like a
out,
flex
man.
spot with, because
That's what Walt's been doing, and he's been winning. He won last week. He won this week.
yeah.
Whoever Walt.
I've been out of the
Walt
loop with fantasy. I haven't played the last 2 seasons. I've been trying to enjoy my football.
Oh yeah.
You should have been on. It would have been a great league to been on, man. It's hilarious.
I might have.
That
It
Hassan
sounded
Haskins shit was
the live draft sounded really looked fun. That looked
It
fun.
was dope.
Bro, it just the last time I played by week 4, I was so over it. I was like, I'm not doing this no more.
Yeah.
I couldn't enjoy football. I was just
Yeah.
over it.
I think it's wicked.
Yeah, that's how Keith was feeling. Keith was like, "Oh yeah, like my whole team is not performing. It's just like it's something.
Yeah.
That's the way the cookie crumbles."
It compounds. I think that year too. The last year I played, the Chargers were we didn't make the playoffs that year. It was dark. It was ugly. It was just a bad football season for me. I was like, I'm not doing this shit no more.
That's actually
And I keep
that's
getting close, you know. I've been like 2 Super Bowls. I'm in the playoffs every year. I make good runs, deep playoff runs, but I've never won, man. It's insane.
yeah, that's why I like fantasy football because it takes away from like the aspect of like being a Cowboy fan for a little bit because it's just too much sometimes. And for like a good year, maybe year and a half, I just said fuck it. I stopped watching Cowboy football. I just was watching clips
Yeah.
and I was watching other teams play. But now I'm just back. I mean, I'm gonna be a. I'm not never gonna jump shit, but it's just sometimes it's hard. Like, and as good as y'all say Dak Prescott is, I know he looks amazing. But this always happens. He always goes on these unbelievable runs, and then all of a sudden, there's one game where he just forces his fuck out of it, trying to make throws that he may be able to make.
I mean, so does Lamar Jackson.
I know, but Lamar wins more. I mean, if we were if we had Lamar on the Cowboys, it'd be I would be ecstatic because we'd be in the playoffs,
I
actually in the
don't
playoffs. We'd be actually Super Bowl
I don't agree.
contenders.
I don't agree.
I think so.
I don't agree. Lamar Jackson as benefits so much from the way Baltimore runs that offense and that run game. When you see what happens when he doesn't have a when he they don't when they're not running the ball very well and they don't have a lead, he makes terrible decisions. He holds on to the ball too long because he plays hero ball. Now, don't get me mistaken, right? I have eyes. I see what he does out there on the field every week. It's amazing. Don't get me wrong. It's amazing. He looks amazing. But it's almost a hindrance when a team I feel like has a talent like Lamar
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like they get in the habit of just putting it all on him. Josh Allen, the Bills have the same problem where they just go out there and they tell him to go out there and be amazing every week and put the whole entire game on their shoulders. And to me, that's just not a recipe for winning. To me, when you have a Dak Prescott, when you know I have to delegate, I need playmakers, I need CD Lambs, I need um good tight ends, I need to buff up the O lineman instead of just throwing them to the wolves. So I get when he has these down games, a lot of time it's because you're just telling him to go out, Dak Prescott to go out there and play MVP level football, and that's just not him. But from a team perspective, I feel like it's better because you know what you have, you know what you need, and you're not just dependent. Look how dependent Baltimore and the Bills are on their quarterback. It's just not a recipe for winning.
That's why it takes both. It takes both. Like, and that's what the Chiefs are good at. The Mahomes can go out there and probably get some MVPs and play like Lamar and Josh Allen. I mean, we've seen it before, but he also knows to save that and not do that every play or in every game and let the
Yeah.
team do their part.
Yeah, nobody talks about Patrick Mahomes being a system quarterback. And he absolutely and he does he's a system quarterback that can be amazing within these spots where he's called to be amazing. You know what I mean? But Andy Reid is such a fantastic play caller and play designer. They build a lot. I know it looks like it's just Mahomes being out there doing amazing stuff, but Andy Reid builds a lot of that into the offense.
Oh yeah,
Most definitely.
yeah. I
Even
completely agree with that. I just wanted
even
to
Brady.
say real quick though. With so let's just if you can rewind time, and I know this is hypothetical. I really don't like doing it,
Mm.
but if Lamar Jackson started off with the team that Dak Prescott had with that offensive line that
Oh
they
my
had,
God.
the Tyron Smith,
Well, yeah.
the and this is what he
Well,
had.
yeah.
He had the best, the most consistent. He had an all-pro running back in Ezekiel Elliott, but not just that as
Yeah.
well. Like he had the receivers. He has the Des Bryant. He's had the Gallup. He's had the Amari
Jason
Cooper.
Witten,
He's had the
the
Jason
best O
Witten.
line probably almost ever assembled in football.
That
And
defense.
he
Yeah, absolutely.
for a
Yeah.
couple years when Dan Quinn was there, you give Lamar Jackson that from that start that Dak had. I think our team projects a lot better. Probably even looks a lot better. A lot of frustration from Cowboy fans wouldn't be there because you're not paying a quarterback $50 million to get you there 3 times and lose every every time you're there, and then also cost you playoff games. I mean, on top of the defense as well, but he's costing us games compared to quarterbacks that are getting paid the same that are winning them those games. And that's where my frustration comes in with Dak. I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback. I know he's a good quarterback. He could be, and he could look like a great quarterback, but he's not a $50 million like a 50 million. Like that should be reserved for those few, and there's not many. Like if he was getting paid 30
Well,
million, I'm in there because that means we have room, flexibility. Now we can't pay
yeah,
Micah.
but the problem with that is okay, the Dallas are off from 30 million, but then Atlanta would offer him that 50 and he'll go over there. You know what I mean? Like you could offer him the 30, you could pay him the 30, but then what's gonna happen when the team when Carolina, you know what I mean, swoops in is like, hey, we really need a quarterback, and they're willing to overpay for one that'll get the job done around the roster that they have. So you're kind of, it kind of don't work that way. You know what I'm
That
saying?
No,
Because
I
if I
know.
don't pay
Yeah.
him, then somebody else will.
that's the problem because that's how the position becomes overpaid. That's
Yeah,
why the
absolutely.
whole league was pissed at the Browns when they gave Deshaun Watson that money. Because Deshaun Watson got that money, Jordan Love got
Everybody
to
was
get
catching
that
that shit.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody, Trevor Lawrence has to get that money.
CJ
Like,
yeah.
Stroud.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts. Yeah, well, Jalen at least
uh
won a Super Bowl, and he's been to two, and he plays great in both Super Bowls.
yeah. Yeah.
But I
That's
think Jalen
big.
Hurts is another perfect example. I think Jalen Hurts is another perfect example of
yep.
you know what you have, you know what he needs, and Jalen Hurts just runs that offense. He doesn't do anything outside of what he knows he's good at. He doesn't. He's this year he's had a little. He doesn't turn the ball over a lot, nowhere near like a Tua or a Gino or anything like that.
Dak
He
could
doesn't
be
have the bad
Jalen
decision
Hurts.
making, huh?
Dak could be Jalen Hurts if he
Yeah,
really.
I view him pretty much in the same light, which I don't think is a bad thing. I don't think is a bad thing. I think the problem is that since we do have some of these hyper elite quarterbacks, um, that that the rest of the league is compared to, we'll look at a Jalen or a Dak Prescott as if they're kind of not enough. But I think again, Jalen Hurts is the perfect example of it is enough. If you wrap the right offense around him, he's plenty.
Yeah, I mean, look at the the Ravens back in all those days when they were winning Super Bowls. The Steelers,
Flacco, yeah.
Joe
Matt
Flacco
Ryan
and
going to Super Bowls.
Joe Flacco and Big Ben, they were nice, but they weren't. They're not in the conversation for the greatest ever. And their highlight reels weren't just crazy.
Well, Ben
They made
Roethlisberger
plays.
got some highlights, you know what
I
I'm saying? But
Ben
mean,
that he was
Roethlisberger
just
is
so hard to
beast.
tackle. He was just so big and so hard to tackle.
Eli Manning. I
He can
mean,
extend the play forever.
that Giants defense
Oh yeah.
all
I
those
mean,
years.
Yeah.
yeah. And that run game. I mean, they had a three-headed monster. That Giants team with Eli had a
I
three-headed
mean,
monster at the run game.
n- nobody's gonna
With
say
Ward Jacobs and
n-
was it
nobody.
Bradshaw?
Nobody can say
Yeah,
that
Ahmad Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Eli is better than Tom Brady. Nobody, but Eli was able to beat Tom Brady because of the
Well, I
team.
think Eli's career has a losing career record.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, with two Super Bowls. I think if you look at his career win totals, he's under 500, which is wild. Like, but
For
that's
real.
just it's football. That's why I feel like sometimes I feel like we get trapped in looking at football uh like basketball in a sense where we think that like, well, if they just have this one or two guys, they can do it all. And it's like it's not, football's a machine, you know what I mean? It's a big machine, and you need all those pieces to fit in well for it to work. And just because you have, you know, just because you have a really good driver doesn't mean that really good driver can push this bucket across the finish line, you know?
That's true. And then, unlike basketball, football, it all comes down to one game. So
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
there's a little bit of luck involved and a little bit of like chance.
Yeah. You see it. I
Where
mean, you see how many times do we see it, right? Miami would beat the Patriots at least once every year. You know what I mean? Miami be the worst team in the league, but they'll beat the Patriots. The Cowboys, they'll be the worst teams in the league every year. They're gonna beat a division rival. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just football at the end of the day. So you kind of
The
never know
Cardinals would always beat the Seahawks, and
every year.
during the Legion of Boom era, just what happened.
I'm interested in on how do you view Kyler?
Man, Kyler is almost just too short for the position, almost, and he's explosive, but he just hasn't done the surgical part of quarterbacking all the
Yeah,
way up until this point in his career. Like we were talking with Caleb, they were coached by the same college head coach, both coached by
yeah,
Lincoln Riley, both won Heisman trophies. Caleb with Ben Johnson is being
yeah,
forced to learn the position from the neck up. He's still
yeah.
always going to feel like he can play hero ball, but he's being forced by his coach and being coached hard. Since Ben Johnson got there, he has not blown smoke up Caleb's ass.
And
He has
Kyler's
not
had
told
Cliff
Caleb he's the
Kingsbury too, an
greatest.
amazing offensive
Exactly.
mind.
And Cliff Kingsbury is a great offensive mind, but is he a CEO to delegate responsibilities as a head
No,
coach?
they didn't respect him at all in Arizona.
You know what I'm saying? To make
Yeah,
Kyler, you got to study. You have to understand your
yeah.
footwork is
He
attached to
still
your
won't. He
arm.
still doesn't.
You know what
It's
I'm
still
saying?
like,
Like it's just been they didn't get like that sheriff in there to get him
yeah.
right. They
Well,
just
like
kind of
you guys
let
were
him do
saying
his
before,
thing.
it's the quarterback position these days is such a. That's why I kind of feel like it takes so much more time now for these
Yep.
quarterbacks to kind of develop and look better because it's such a cerebral game, and I think they might underestimate some of these young quarterbacks might come into the NFL trying to live off of their talent and not
Yeah.
really understanding. Like you really have to be very smart and very precise and very prepared week to week being a quarterback in the NFL because these guys they study nonstop. I mean, there's these guys' entire jobs. They don't have lives outside of whatever their jobs is in the NFL, whether a defensive coordinator, or offensive coordinator. You know, they study you to a T. And if you can't work your way around that mentally in the game, it's you see it with the young quarterback who starts off looking good and kind of tapers off like the Tua,
Yep.
the Kyler Murrays. Even I hate to say it, but kind of the Texans quarterback,
CJ Stroud.
CJ
Yep.
Stroud, who I like a lot, man. I think I kind of see
Yeah.
CJ Stroud and Justin Herbert kind of the same way. And I'm a big Justin. I'm
No, yeah,
Justin Herbert's
yeah.
biggest fan. You know what I mean? But I see
Yeah.
them very similarly in talent wise. Herbert might be a bit more of an athlete, a little bit bigger of an arm, but very
Yeah, more
similar. But
powerful arm, but yeah, very
yeah,
similar for
very
sure.
similar.
He,
And
I have him a step above Stroud. Like 2 years
yeah,
to
right
go
now.
30
Oh yeah,
touchdowns
yeah.
Yeah,
and
right
what
now.
30 touchdowns, 6 picks or some shit like that. 2 years, his first 2 years in the league, Herbert.
I believe
Like
Yeah,
CJ Stroud has more playoff wins than Justin Herbert, and I
he
don't know
does.
how many less
Justin
seasons.
Herbert doesn't have a playoff
So
win at all. He's been to the
yeah.
playoffs
yeah,
twice.
so
He hasn't won a playoff
talent
game
is
yet.
talent, but leading your offense to success is another
So
innate IQ part of the
But
game.
I do believe if you look at yesterday's game, Chargers had against Miami, I do think that is the difference between the have and have nots at quarterback, where you have in Justin Herbert, who's playing with four backups on his offensive line, no Quentin
Yep.
Johnston, a
Rashawn
backup
Slater
tight
going out for
end,
the year.
no, what's it called, a Quentin out for that game, uh, um, both his running backs out,
Yeah, my
and
boy Omarion
flying
Hampton.
to the East Coast and still being able to pull out a win. That's
Oh
a
yeah.
game that the Chargers have no business winning. And Herbert with a last 50-second drive, getting them down the field for a field goal to win the game. I mean, to me, that's the difference in like the top seven and everybody else.
Yeah,
To
that's some
me,
grit.
and that's what deserves those big contracts. Doing that.
Agreed. 1,000%.
And nothing less. And if you're not doing that, I feel like those guys shouldn't get those contracts.
Yeah, I mean Baker's not getting top tier money, and look what Baker's doing this year. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, he's cooking.
yeah.
And too, his heavily hurt team going into who did he play?
49ers, right?
Yeah,
San
going into
Fran.
San Francisco, winning a game like that. I know the 49ers are hurt really bad too, and losing Fred Warner. I mean, golly.
Oh, for the season too.
Yeah, that's terrible. You hate to see it, but I mean, that's another game. He has no business really winning and going in there and winning like that.
Doing
It's
his
impressive,
thing.
man. It's very
Yep.
impressive.
So do you guys think that these quarterbacks that have moved and like is like a whole new person, do you think they truly got that much better, or they're just like Cleveland is just toxic. The Jets is just toxic. Like all these
I do
quarterbacks
think
that were like
these
bust,
organizations are just bad.
like they were considered bust, and now they're
Yeah.
like playing amazing.
Well,
And
what's the common denominator? You know what I mean? The common denominator is it's a fucking shitty franchise. The Browns are a joke of a franchise. You had brought Baker Mayfield bought the Browns out of irrelevancy. They were nothing. They
Yeah.
were nowhere. He brought them from one play. He was one play away from an AFC championship. You know, he
Yep.
Baker, and then and then they turn around and thought they could do better. Brought in Deshaun Watson, who's terrible, paid him all this money, and now look what? Now look at Baker in Tampa thriving. You know,
Mhm.
joke of organization. The Giants, the same way, joke of an organization. And I know
and
Jackson Dart looks good right now, but I have my reservations of what's going to happen with him later on in this season and next season.
Mhm.
I'm not so sure it's going to work out the same way. The Jets are the same way. It's all these organizations are the common denominator. You had Sam Darnold who left the Jets and went on to be second in the MVP race last year with Minnesota. You know, and so yeah, I do think toxic bad franchises will ruin a quarterback.
Yeah.
Derek, you can make an argument. I'm a Charger fan, right? Been a lifelong Charger fan, grew up in San Diego. I have never, ever, ever, ever been scared of a Raider quarterback until Derek Carr became their quarterback. He was phenomenal. And they never put an offensive line around him. They got him hurt so much, they ruined him as a quarterback.
Mhm.
And they shot his confidence. He just was never the same since. And I kind of feel like Joe Burrow might be kind of in danger of kind of becoming the next kind of Derek Carr. Because how I understand how Derek Carr's career ended up playing out later,
That's a
right?
take. That's
Yeah.
a take. Okay, I'm here
But
for
if
it
you
though.
look at early Derek Carr was scary. I'm talking about
I,
that
I
man was.
I
I've never.
remember
Think about it right now. Think about it. Think of all the core rate. You be hard pressed to even pull up to think about a Raider quarterback outside of fucking um
the jokes.
um
Rich Gannon.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're impossible
Mhm.
to think of. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it's just a endless wheel of Aiden O'Connell, fucking Gardner Minshew,
Demarcus Russell
Geno
era.
Smith. Yeah, it's like it's an endless wheel. And Derek Carr was the only thing stable that they had. He ran through I don't know how many head coaches, how many coordinators. They never gave him anything stable, and they just ruined the man.
And
You
they
know,
never got the defense right. Never.
ever. And no, because all they do the same thing every year. I'm sorry to shit on the Raiders like this, but they do this. It drives me crazy because our rivalry used to be fun. I miss the way our rivalry was because now it's just toxic because all we care about is just beating each other. It used to matter. We used to be fighting for the division. You know what I mean? It used to, and it
Mhm.
irritates me that we don't have that anymore. It's just about who can beat the other one once or twice in the season, you know, because all they do is spend money on these aging defensive players, Wilkins, Chandler Jones, all these guys who never play out. They build these same defensive teams with whatever offenses, whatever quarterbacks, and think they're just going to go out there and win 12 games. It's like it's never going to happen. They will not commit
Yeah.
to a rebuild. It's insane what they do over there, and they are the common denominator, in
No,
my
yeah,
opinion. These
that's a
bad organizations, they're the common denominator.
and that was a good like parallel between
So
those two quarterbacks because I thought the same way. Like because Derek Carr, what the Raiders were like fucking and who knows what, and then by year like
Yeah,
4, year 3, they started to be successful. Joe Burrow, I think by like year 3, they both took bad franchises, flipped them completely. You know, flipped the script on them completely. Now they're watchable players, watchable franchises. They're both having to battle all these sacks, all these injuries. Um, that was a good comparison.
well,
I
yeah, I
never
fear
looked at it like
you've
that
seen it with
between
quarterbacks
those
when you
two.
see it, and I fear that Joe Burrow is in danger of becoming
The next
Dak
Derek.
Prescott. I really do.
uh,
And
I
his nature, the way he plays quarterback, probably not because he is such a confident player. So I don't think it's just going to be that easy to kind of ruin his confidence the way that the Raiders ruined um, Derek Carr's confidence. But again, the Bengals are, I mean, they're kind of a cheap organization that doesn't do much to
Yeah.
build around their quarterbacks. You know what I mean? They've had top tier quarterbacks. With that argument, you can make your arguments about Carson Palmer, but I thought he was a good quarterback. He got him to the
Yeah, I thought
playoffs
he was
every year.
nice.
Yeah, even Andy Dalton did fine for him. You know what I mean? He was still a good enough quarterback, and
Yep.
so
So
I fear that they're gonna ruin his confidence. He's gonna start trying to make adjustments to the lack of offensive line he has. And when you start making adjustments like that, you start seeing things you don't see, and turnovers start to happen. And if you notice, somebody had made this isn't my original observation, but I thought it was a good one. Somebody said that Joe Burrow kind of plays like he's Ben Roethlisberger, but he's not built like Ben Roethlisberger. So he kind of gets himself in. That's why he gets injured, because he sticks in there. He hangs in the pocket. He tries to make the play down the field. He has these guys bouncing off of him, and he ends up with people down around his legs and always hurt. And I thought that was a
Yeah.
pretty good observation. That it kind of seems true. That's like but that's the way he plays. And so let's say next year he's like, or when he comes back, okay, I have to get rid of the ball faster, and in that process, he starts turning the ball over a bit more, making decisions that he normally wouldn't, trying to get rid of the ball fast. And now the turnovers start to rack up. Now his confidence starts to starts to um starts to get low, and you you create another Derek Carr.
But how do you
so
like get out of that if you're a bad franchise? Like, because yeah, you're a bad franchise, but you got this quarterback. By the time they get into their rhythm and you got to pay them, you pay them the record money. Like they paid Derek Carr whatever they paid him, and that strapped the Raiders. The
Yeah,
the 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 Bengals now paid Joe Burrow
yeah.
what they pay him, and now it's
Well, I
strapping
think
them.
I think what the Chargers did with Justin Herbert and his contract was pretty clever. They front loaded all the big money, so they had to pay him out all his big money early on. And then after that ran out, after the big money part of his contract ran out, they were able to um to open up cap and pay for some players, you know what I mean? And we were able to re-sign Khalil Mack. Um
Bosa, I think at that time
and
too.
yeah, we re-signed both at the time, which well, we don't have to get into that.
well the
but it made it available. And the thing is, the Chargers draft really well, and I'm
Yeah.
not so sure the Bengals are like that. But I would argue, bro, you can get away with not having the top tier weapons if you have a good O line. And I think investing in
Mhm.
your O line is really the best investment a football team can make, especially if you're struggling. You know what I mean?
Well,
if you
like the
guys
Chargers signing Mekhi Becton from Philadelphia was a big move and really
Yeah,
got you
absolutely.
guys headed in the right direction this season.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's
See,
a
again,
versatile piece, can play guard
that's what I'm
and right
saying. Like,
tackle.
if or it's not like money does for sure constrain you in a way, but if you have a good franchise that's creative and really understands football, knows what they're doing, if you have a solid front office of scouts and stuff like that, who understands which players you can go like a Becton, who you can kind
Mm-hmm.
of grab, who or even with the trade they made with we just
Odafe
picked up
Owe.
yeah, with Baltimore. It's
Yep.
like this guy played 5 games without a sack, comes to the Chargers in his first 10 minutes, he had the sack, like
Turning it up. He's an
yeah,
athletic
it's
monster.
like you have to have your organization has to be capable of making and seeing players like that and making trades like, a guy
Yeah, that was smart.
who's he's on a contract year. The negotiations aren't going too well with Baltimore, so they figure let's cut him loose. We'll have him for this year, probably. Who knows if we resign him? Maybe not. But it doesn't really matter. He's gonna play his heart. He doesn't have the sourness from Baltimore to deal with while he's
Mm-hmm.
playing for them. So now he gets to come start fresh with a new franchise, play well, play himself into a good contract. And those are players that a good franchise sees and picks up.
Yep, most definitely.
you guys mentioned Deshaun Watson. So did I mean he has a name for a reason. Uh did Cleveland ruin him or did he ruin himself?
He ruined himself and his body
Because
Yeah.
betrayed him.
Yeah,
And his
because
I think
mind
that's part
betrayed
of it.
him.
Yeah,
I mean, how do you
yeah.
explain that success when he was on the Texans? I mean,
It is kind of crazy to think about because I remember Deshaun Watson on the Texans. Man, he was special. He was very very special. And injuries, um, I think kind of derailed him. The lack of play, because how long was he out before he was he out like something like 2
Took him
years
like 2
before?
years. Took him like two
Yeah,
years to try to say he was healthy again from
yeah,
Houston.
sitting 2 years out and trying to come back and will a
He
franchise to
signed
winning
damaged
games.
goods to the richest
Yeah,
contract in NFL history.
yeah,
And Deshaun Watson is one of the smoother transitions from college to the pros
yeah, for sure,
that you've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? He damn
absolutely,
near
yeah,
played like just like he played at Clemson in Houston.
hmm
So what happened with him is his body just betrayed him. You know what I'm saying? He had the mix of the legs, the strong arm. You know what I'm saying? He was like seen as the good guy, the franchise quarterback that everybody wants, well spoken, the person that you want to put as the face of your franchise. And then all this turmoil happens, and we don't know about his personality and character. Is there a monster behind this man?
yeah.
His body's not right no more. His mind's not right no more. You need those two things to be a franchise quarterback.
The
You need your
weight of
mind
that
in the right
contract
place, and you need your
probably weighed
body.
on him too.
Yeah, and the weight of the contract, and not being healthy. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? That's
you
all
have a
that you
$200
said.
million contract to go to carry Cleveland as a franchise
They
after all this
Browns did.
turmoil and not playing for 2 years, and to go out there and just think you're going to step in and it's probably in hindsight it looks like a recipe for disaster, to be honest.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, shit. I would have, if you think he's gonna be who he had been, and you're the Browns, take the risk. He was that boy.
But I mean, the
He's like a
Browns. I
future
mean, like I said,
MVP.
joke of organization. The Browns are.
Yeah.
You had
They
Baker
Browns did
Mayfield,
like no other.
and you thought you could do better. Is
Yep.
insane what they did.
I mean, was he really that great of a prospect though? Even playing for
Yes.
Cleveland, like, do
Hold
you
on, let's
think
pull
that?
up those numbers.
Do you think that? No,
When
but what I'm
Texans, you
saying
talking
is
about the Texans?
great. No, him going to Baker, him going to Cleveland, right? Was he that great of a
Okay.
prospect to go into Cleveland, change it, or even stick it through by just continuously switching new schemes, new coaches, bringing in people to fit him? Do you think? I kind of low key think they did it the right way. Like Baker just wasn't showing
Cleveland?
much. Yeah, I
It's
think
I
tough.
don't know.
He took him
letting
to the
Baker
playoffs.
go.
He took him
I
out
know
of
what I'm saying.
obscurity, but
Yeah,
It's tough with
uh,
these college quarterbacks that are they're on the best team because it's like, is the quarterback carrying the team, or is Ohio State and Alabama and all these good schools carrying them?
but I mean, regardless of how kind of Baker did that last season, you signed a quarterback who hadn't played for 2 years. I don't compared to a quarterback who's gotten you a play away from an AFC Championship
Mm-hmm.
game. You know what I mean? Appearance. Like
yeah.
I understand that last year probably didn't sit well
Mm-hmm.
with Cleveland, but I mean that's just football. I don't think
Yeah.
what he did going up until that moment, and then that last year he had with Cleveland, I don't think that was enough for them to just be like, okay, we're done with you. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see how in their head they thought. I get it because the grass is always greener, I guess, and they see,
Yeah.
well, Deshaun is available. You've seen how great he can be, and they probably thought
Mm-hmm.
in whatever offense that they were having that they were running that he would have been the perfect fit, but it hasn't panned out. All they've done since then is become even bigger jokes with
Yep.
Yeah, well,
with Gabriel.
that's a hindsight thing though, like because that's 2020 hindsight. But you're going into year
But
was it
that's
year?
that's their franchise though. That's what
But
they've done
if
there. That's what they've always done.
but specifically with Baker Mayfield, like, are you willing to pay Baker? Because no one can say like, oh yeah, Baker. I mean, unless you really believed in it. I didn't think Baker. I thought it was the right decision because he was going into his fifth year. Do you pay him that money now? Baker's gonna want money for kind of changing this franchise around, but is it worth it? Or do you go and try to reach for Deshaun Watson now? Why the fuck would you pay Deshaun Watson what you paid him? But
That's what I'm saying. If you were gonna pay Deshaun Watson that, why wouldn't you? You didn't have to pay. You didn't have to pay Baker $200 million
you don't think there was
at
more
the
upside with
time.
the Watson than keeping Baker Mayfield and paying him?
I guess it's easy to make that argument come up after because of what we saw Deshaun Watson being. But again, this is a guy who hadn't, in the time of him signing, he didn't play for a year. They knew when they signed him he wasn't going to play for another year. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, it's
I don't
tough.
see how that warrants a $200 million
Is
guaranteed contract.
No, yeah.
is there any way or any quarterback that situation would have worked if, like, let's just say it wasn't Deshaun Watson. Let's say it was another quarterback that was out for 2 years. Or you think it all ends the same?
Probably, yeah. It's just too hard. The game's too fast to step out of the league. I mean, look at Joe Burrow. He's been trading on that one, and I like Joe Burrow. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a Joe Burrow hater, but I mean, he's been trading on that one Super Bowl appearance now for 5 years. And
Yeah, it's a shiny moment.
the further removed we get from that Super Bowl, the more kind of people are looking at Joe Burrow. Maybe he's not but you know what I mean? I still kind of think he is. I still believe that he is truly a top tier quarterback. But the further and further removed we get from that single season, from that Super Bowl appearance,
Yeah, especially it was
you
his
kind
second
of
season in the league. Everybody thought, oh, well, you made the Super Bowl in your second year. He was just hurt his first year. I think people forget
exactly,
that
yeah,
too. He didn't finish his
yeah,
first year. He played 6 games in his rookie season and missed the rest of the season.
and
Comes
then
back
even his
year
second year,
two,
how many times was he sacked in that AFC Championship game?
a lot. I
He
think
was
damn
sacked some
near.
like 7 times or some shit,
Yeah,
right?
I'm about to say 7 times.
He was sacked
Uh,
7 times in the AFC Championship game and won. I mean, that's
and
pretty
ended up
amazing
beating
shit,
Mahomes, beating the
Yeah,
Mahomes Andy Reid Chiefs, you know what I'm saying? In
yeah,
Arrowhead, I think that made that spread his
yeah,
legend, you know what I'm saying? So
for
I
sure.
every year
mean,
too, you know what I'm
is-
saying?
do you guys got a perspective of what happened in that game? Was that a fluke? I mean,
No,
how
I
was
don't
he
think
able to
so.
do it?
No, they balled. Jamar Chase, they
Yeah,
balled.
I don't think it's a
They
fluke.
were
I mean, they
hooping.
were still right there against the Rams. They could have.
Yeah.
If Burrow would have seen Chase down the field in the in the last play, I mean, they win the Super Bowl. He was
Yep.
wide open running down
Open.
there, but I mean, he was getting chased down.
Yeah,
So
for real.
what can he do? But I mean, I still believe in Joe Burrow. Again, I fear that he's going to become a shell of himself with these injuries, and I do think Deshaun Watson is a good example of like what you can become.
Hmm.
What I fear Joe Burrow could become.
The more
If
time
they
you
don't.
miss.
Yeah, the more time you miss. If you don't have, and again, if you're going from, I guess the Texans aren't like the shining beacon of a franchise, but I mean, I would for sure say they're run better than Cleveland, at least.
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't
Front
bode well.
office
That
wise,
doesn't
by
help
far.
either. I mean, you're going to Cleveland, a team historically that just doesn't do business well. They
Yeah.
just don't. You look at I can't remember, apart from when Baker was there and had them going to the playoffs, I can't remember outside of that the last time the Browns were ever good. And I'm 36 years old. I can't remember. I can't remember when they were ever good.
They
Not in
whiff
my
on draft
lifetime
picks.
watching football. Yeah.
The draft is the most valuable thing in the NFL. Drafting well and coaching well. Drafting
Yeah.
well and coaching well. That's gonna
Mm,
make the biggest difference in the NFL. From yesteryear to today, is you draft well,
yeah.
and the players you draft, you develop them and coach them and put them in position to succeed.
You
And
also
that's
got to
just what the
have,
Browns have never done.
yeah, there's
Uh,
no consistency there compared to the Bengals. The Bengals had, other than this quarterback, other than this head coach, the last guy that was a head
Marvin Lewis
coach,
was there forever.
yeah, it was just
Yeah.
Marvin Lewis, huh? It wasn't nobody in between. It
Yeah,
was straight.
It was just Marvin. Yeah. Marvin was
yeah,
there for
Marvin
like,
was there.
was
That's
it 16 seasons?
consistency. If you
Oh,
don't
no, he's
got
there
that kind
Probably
of
forever.
16,
consistency,
13,
I
14
think he
years,
was
something
there
like
for like
that.
16 seasons or something like that.
Hell
Something
yeah.
crazy.
And they always would make the playoffs. They just wouldn't
Yeah.
win the big game.
and
uh,
And
compared to
that's what
the,
wore
I'm
out
gonna
his
look up
welcome.
how many coaches
I,
the Browns have had.
Oh,
A
yeah,
shit.
lot.
The Browns are probably
Damn
I
near as
think
many fucking quarterbacks. Shit.
I
Yeah.
think the Cowboys are a perfect example of how to draft. I don't think I'm with Javi. I don't think Dak is a good quarterback, but I think the reason he's able to look good is because the Cowboys did everything else right. Like they,
Yeah, but I think that's the duty of every franchise. Again, I think that's the problem that the Baltimores and the Bills fall into. Because they do have such phenoms at quarterback, they just put it all on their shoulders. And I don't think that's a recipe for winning. The guys you see win Super Bowls are fucking Jalen Hurts. They're the system quarterbacks who just do their job and be amazing here and there within the scheme that they play. Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, uh, um, Tom Brady. I think is another good example of that. You know what I mean? Like nobody, even after Tom Brady won like his first like 3 Super Bowls, I don't think anybody really viewed him better than Peyton Manning.
No,
No.
You know what I'm saying?
not till that next run. You know
Yeah,
what
and
I'm
it
saying? Where
wasn't
he
until that
was the
next
guy.
tier
Yeah.
of when he became
They
like
went a
40.
long time without winning. I don't think people
Yeah,
realize that about the Patriots
exactly.
dynasty. They went like damn near 8 years without winning.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
And in
saying?
that
In
time,
playoff
Peyton
games
Manning
or
was
whatnot,
running
but
shit up.
not winning Super Bowls.
And if
Peyton
it's
was
not,
destroying the record books.
people got to remember, if it wasn't for Russell Wilson making a bonehead ass play, I mean,
They don't get that
Yeah,
last
that's
one.
yeah,
Bad call, bad
exactly.
execution.
Exactly. And
You know,
so I
real
think as
quick.
again, I feel like teams get trapped when they get such a phenom at quarterback and they just put it all on their and again, I have my thing with Lamar. I know I am a bit of a Lamar hater. I'm just a bit biased, but I do feel like it's almost like in basketball when you have like the Allen Iverson, where it's like, okay, we'll just put Allen Iverson, have him score 40 and everybody else play defense. Like, good luck with that, you know, like it's a tough way to win. And I feel like they fall into that same trap, you know. And Lamar, man, his decision making really bothers me, bro. His decision making in crunch time when he doesn't have a lead in the game, he just does some of the most bonehead shit I've ever fucking seen. And I don't understand how a quarterback that physically gifted, that talented, hasn't hasn't gotten past the AFC Championship game. It just doesn't. There's something wrong there.
I think it's the film room. I mean, that's one reason Brady gets a lot of credit. You know, nobody studied more than Brady. Nobody,
Yeah, and that's what it comes
uh,
down to for sure. He doesn't read
because
defenses very well.
I think
He relies on his athleticism and his talent, and that'll get you so far. And it looks great on every Sunday. I have eyes, believe me. Like I see the plays he makes. It's insane, you know.
All right,
But
now I didn't let you boys cook on Lamar for a second. I just have to
it's
throw
just
a couple of
hard, bro.
things
It's
in.
just hard. I feel like it's
I
just
have to
hard to
throw a
win with a
couple of
quarterback
things
like
in there as far as defending Lamar Jackson, but I understood what your explanation as far as in a playoff game when he's behind bonehead decisions. That is 1,000% true. Nobody could dispute that whatsoever. But the improvement this man has made from being an
Oh,
athlete to being a quarterback
oh,
is
no doubt,
remarkable,
no doubt,
and we
no
all
doubt.
have to acknowledge that. He
Even
went
you
from
talking about the
being
year his first MVP season. I think
he's
he
so much better than that in the
so
pocket
much
now. You
exactly.
know what I'm
He's so
saying?
much better than
He's a
when he was
passer
his
rating
first MVP.
darling.
It's crazy.
He's probably going to have like top 3 passer rating in the history of the NFL when he's done. And this is somebody who was told he should change positions at the combine. So let's
Yeah,
keep it all the way 1,000 as far as
I
the
can't
amazing
disagree with that.
progression. But I also can't disagree with your fact of if they're behind in the playoffs and it's in Buffalo or it's wherever it's going to be, he's probably going to throw the ball out of bounds or throw it to the wrong team or
I
fumble a
mean,
snap or fumble a handoff. That's what he's been known for. So both facts can be true, but we have to,
yeah. I mean, you
commend
put
him
him
for his
down 14.
progression.
A lot of people like to blame that last year's game on the tight end. I mean, he put him down. Lamar put him down 14 points with
Had to
those
bring
2
him back.
turnovers, and
Yep.
then Andrews in that play. I understand Andrews dropped it, but it was thrown late and behind him.
He had to adjust his body. He did have to adjust and go back and
And
get
I
it.
don't think it's fair that they were just trying to heap that all on Andrews. Just like they should have
And
been
Lamar is a
ahead in that
leader.
game. Much,
So,
yeah,
Lamar, as the content professional, said, don't put it all on him. Put that on me. When
A
it
yeah.
was all
lot of
said and done.
quarterbacks
And
So,
rush
I
for
do love that
1,200
about Lamar.
yards.
He is such a professional. He's very good at the podium. He's a grown man.
come
Like
on
he's a
now.
mature guy. I do like that. Again, well, with me as far as Lamar goes, it's really just his decision making that really just bothers me in these games.
When it matters most, for sure.
Yeah, when if he doesn't have a lead in these games, even in regular season, you've seen it against
Yeah.
in Kansas City. You've seen it in
hmm
who did they play? I think
Buffalo
it was
week
the
1, low
Browns.
key.
Yeah, you
He
just see
played
some of the
amazing until
things.
the very end.
Yeah, you see some of the decisions, and you're just like, "Come on, man!" Like
hmm
Yeah, it was one of the. He's
that's
one of
where
the
I want to
guys.
see his improvement.
He's
Because
one of
if
the
he did
guys.
have that, unstoppable.
Yeah,
He already is unstoppable, you
he's
know.
one of the guys I
But
wanted to touch on because he's a top 10
hmm
in Reds passer rating. He's been in the
yeah,
top 10 since 2020. He's 63 and
hmm
25 his career. He rushed for 1,200 yards his MVP year.
Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of
Oh,
Famer.
he
absolutely.
2 MVPs. I mean, he
But
just,
my thing
but
is,
like L has been saying,
yeah,
there is a hump a hurdle he does have
well,
to
yeah. I
climb.
mean,
And I think, he has time.
he
He can still get
no, for
there.
sure.
he still has a
Well, yes and
hurdle.
no, right? I do.
I think he still has a hurdle because he doesn't have any kind of elite weapons around him either, other than Derrick Henry. he hasn't had nobody to. He's making do with what he has. Mark
Yep.
Andrews,
That-
We
like
might have a chance this year if they just let him tank this year. He might get him a
that
good.
that
They
is
might get him
true
a good
though.
receiver.
Uh, a lot of these Super Bowls were won, and the quarterback got bailed out just by someone throwing the ball up there and having a receiver that could go up and get it.
yeah, I feel like Lamar,
Facts.
if he had like an actual guy to throw it to, somebody like a CD, somebody like how all these other quarterbacks have, like it'd be a different thing for Lamar.
But that also is the cost of getting all that money. When you get all that money, you can't have a defense, weapons, running back, and O line. Like something, when you get paid that kind of money, you have to make up for something. You
Like
have to compensate.
it's so hard to
Yep.
hate. It's so hard to like pick something because he wins at everything that he's doing. He's a lot better at the pocket. He's a great
Mm-hmm.
rusher. It's so hard. Like it's just and then
It's
too
tough.
the way the quarterback position is now, if you can't do both,
Mm-hmm.
it's I mean, yeah, it's crazy.
Yep. It is crazy, man. Lamar is one of the more interesting case studies in the NFL.
I do
As far as
think
how much your attention is he paying to the details, and if you can see that is happening, but for some reason when all the tips are on the table, it's like Lamar, we need it. You know what I'm saying? We need you to be Lamarvelous.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen. It hasn't happened yet. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna happen for him, but it has not happened yet. Like him
Yeah.
having his moment. What's Lamar Jackson's moment? He's won 2 MVPs.
What do you? My fear
Countless
is with
wins.
Lamar. My fear with Lamar is when he gets a little bit older and the athleticism isn't there, kind of what it used to be. What does that look like?
I think that's what the progression in the pocket is for. But his pocket presence is so amazing because of how athletic he is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it is tied together. It's not like he's just now he's gonna be able to kill shit when he can run like Jared Goff. He's gonna have to still figure that out. He'll probably always be faster than
Jared Goff.
when he's 50.
That's an interesting one too. A guy who literally can't move at all.
Yeah, and he's a dog. He's pinpoint accurate. Doesn't have a super strong arm, but he knows where he's going with the football. And his pocket awareness is pretty damn good for someone who can't move, and it's never going to scramble unless he
never
has to.
But then again, producer to Detroit, they don't ask him to.
Yeah, they
who's your top 5 QBs? L
top 5 QBs. Patrick Mahomes, 1. Patrick Mahomes, 1. I think I got to go Josh Allen, 2. I have to bring Joe Burrow. To me, used to be number 2. I think I got to bring him down to 3rd right now. And I got to go my boy Herbo at 4.
Oh shit!
And Lamar at 5.
I didn't think he was gonna be that high.
And Lamar at 5. I
just think
what Herbert does. What Herbert can be. I know one of the topics this episode was going to be, has he reached?
Has he peaked?
Has he peaked? And I don't think he's anywhere near it. I don't think he's anywhere near his peak. As well as he can break down a defense now. Wait till if he can get Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt together at the same time and actual have time. It's because right now, what teams are able to do right now because of the offensive line and the problems, they're able to rush with just 4 and sit back at these zones. And that's really tough because if they're sitting back in these zones, he can't really use his athleticism to get around out of the pocket because they're just staring back at him. They're getting pressure with 4, so he's still having to get the ball out fast, and they're in zone, so they're just sitting back watching him,
Mm-hmm.
So he's that's kind of been the problem this season, is the O-line. But I mean, and I know the offensive coordinator, what the fuck is his name? The Chargers offensive coordinator. Ortiz or Hortz, or I can't remember his name right now. Baltimore's old coordinator.
Is it Todd Monken?
No, it's
fuck.
It starts with an H. Some H.
Greg
Hertz,
Roman.
Ortiz. Roman. It's Greg Roman.
Cash.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
I don't know. I don't know if Greg Roman is kind of the guy for him. He has been letting him throw the ball a lot this season, but again, with the problem we have at O line, it's gonna be tough. So I do think you give a season where Herbert has um both of his off left tackle and right tackle. I truly believe you'll really actually see peak Justin Herbert, where they can't sit back in zones. They have to man up a bit. They have to rush with five. They have to bring 5, 6 and pressure. You know what I mean? Like to where now, like now, they all they have to do is rush for 4, and they're getting there. You know?
Yeah.
What Chargers fan, what's your guys' identity gonna be? Because with before Harbaugh came, everyone was assuming, he likes to run the ball. Y'all gonna have two running backs and just run the ball all the time. And to a lot of people's surprise,
Yeah, my surprise as well.
He's been letting Justin Herbert like
I,
really
I was
take over
hoping.
these
I was
games.
hoping we became a run first team. I kind of was hoping we turned into a hard defense, hard running teams, and just took the life out of every other team, you know what I mean, by just beating them down. I was kind of looking forward to that being us this year. I do think offensive line problems kind of hindered that. And Najee Harris going down. But I hate to say that Najee Harris going down was kind of a blessing in disguise because we really got to see how good Amari Hampton was. And I wasn't even particularly that high on him. I was pretty high on him coming in, but I didn't think he was kind of going to be end up what I saw the last 2 weeks, him being. And so, but then now him going down. And so again, you just kind of had the Chargers have no choice but to just kind of put it on Herbert's shoulders. He still does not have a true number one receiver. He barely has a true two receiver in Quentin Johnston. And Keenan Allen. It's hard to say Keenan Allen being a number one. I know he can put up number one numbers, but he's really not a down the field threat like that. Ladd is a very good receiver, but he's a slot guy. I don't know how. I never seen a slot guy really be a number one receiver anywhere.
Just
And Q
St.
is
Brown.
getting better,
St.
but
Brown.
St. Brown.
Only
Huh?
St. Brown right now.
Yeah, St.
Yeah,
Brown
you can
and
say
CD
St. Brown.
are slots, and I think that's what kind of fucking up Keenan Allen a little bit too, because Keenan Allen's playing out of position. He was normally the slot
Yeah,
guy back then, so
yeah.
if you could guess, he'd be a lot better.
Well, Keenan's
Because
so far having a pretty statistically, or at least he's having a
no,
pretty
he
good
Yeah.
is.
season. If
Yeah,
anything, Ladd is the one suffering.
but he
But
could be
again,
a dog from the slot. Keenan to today, I mean,
oh
I
yeah,
don't know what the fuck
he
happened
is.
with the Bears, but what's happening right now with this team, like,
Well, yeah. Well, Keenan was Herbert's guy when he first came in. He was Keenan's. Keenan's always been Herbert's safety blanket. You know what I mean? Kind of how, kind of like Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson. You know what I mean? Like he was just his go-to safety blanket, always go-to guy. Third down, I can depend on him, and he still in a lot of ways is. They just really have that chemistry. You know what I mean? That
yeah,
they just have. He can look at him. He knows immediately. And you remember in that Denver game, that last play. I mean, he's rolling out. As soon as Keenan sees him rolling to the left, he immediately knows. Boom, cut left, back of the end zone. He knew Herbert's gonna, and Herbert got it to him. They just have that kind of between them. But again, he's never had a Jamar Chase. He's never even had like a T Higgins. He's never had a Stephon Diggs type. I was really hoping the Chargers actually kind of made a trade for Tyreek Hill because I thought that would have been unstoppable. But
With that arm
again, yeah,
strength,
I don't, huh?
with Herbert's arm strength and
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill's ability to get downfield, that would have.
I mean,
been
how are you?
completely
Yeah, there's
dominant.
nothing. Yeah, I don't know how anybody. I mean, Herbert can from off of 2 feet throw it 70 yards down the field, and Tyreek can run past anybody. I know he's a bit of a locker room issue, but I do think in a better environment, better situation with a Harbaugh and the kind of guys we have in our locker room, he would have adjusted. So yeah, but I don't think that Herbert's hit his peak yet at all. Herbert, you got to think about it too. Herbert's the kind of guy he's gonna be in the league for the next 15 years, So he has plenty of time. Peyton Manning didn't win a playoff game for his first 9 seasons. Matthew Stafford, I understand he was with the Lions, but he was the same thing. He didn't win forever. He was just a very good quarterback in Detroit. And now you see what he can do with a real actual winning franchise. So
Yeah.
I understand he has to do the winning part, you know what I mean? But sometimes that's just the way it goes with some of these quarterbacks, I wouldn't want nobody else. I couldn't really The only other quarterback I might say I would rather have other than Herbert would maybe be Mahomes or Josh Allen. But outside of that, I wouldn't take Lamar over.
I'm not gonna
I
lie,
know that's a
yeah.
crazy take, but I wouldn't. I just wouldn't.
Do you, do you think the Lamar issue is a possible coaching issue as well? Like, you think it's possible for a coach to be able to reel that in, put him in the film
I think
room?
they could use a new voice in Baltimore. And I think if this season keeps going how it's been and they end up not riding the ship this year, I think it might be time for a new voice in there in Baltimore.
It's tough, man. Jim Harbaugh's
Yeah, I'm a
that's
successful
John.
coach. Like,
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
he's a successful Super Bowl winning coach. It's tough to say. And again, I think the way that Baltimore runs their offense behind that run, I mean, you think about it, right? When Derrick Henry runs over your best linebacker for 12 yards, and then you run a read option, and Lamar rips you for another 15 yards, and then they run a play action after that. It's like, what do you got?
yeah,
There's
it's
nothing
tough.
you
It's
can
like
do.
Madden.
It's
It's like keeps
impossible.
you
So
off balance.
I think the way they run their offense, I think is good. Again, it's just, can they get to that? Can they run the ball? Can they get the leads? And can they keep steamrolling these teams on offense? Because that's really what they're good at, you know?
And Todd Monken ain't no
So there's
joke.
two oh
Everywhere Todd Monken
yeah.
goes, or he's been
Yeah, his
elite.
offense is amazing.
So it's like, and
Amazing.
Lamar's getting better. So how much more can you? What difference can you? I mean, what do you need that's different for Lamar? You know?
They need a number one, a big target for Lamar,
Yeah,
a number one health
an
guy for
actual
him.
number one. Yeah.
Yeah. I love Jordan Tyson from Arizona State to get drafted by the Ravens if possible. I don't know how tapped in you guys are to the draft
Nah,
and
not yet. It's not that
Tyson
time
from
yet.
Arizona State.
Yeah.
He's like that. He's like that for sure. He'd be a great number one option out there
I would
wide in
love to
Baltimore.
see
And they're
J.
losing, so if they keep losing, you feel me? Like they'll have a chance at it.
I would
Why
love to
can't
see
Andrews be
JT.
that?
I would love to see JT Perry. My bad, Sean. I would love to see JT Perry on the Ravens. You know who from he used to play for the Saints? He's like 6'5". He's a dude could run. I think it's JT Perry. Is it JT Perry? Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna
Not
look him up.
familiar.
Man,
Ajon, why can't Andrews be that? Like, whenever he don't know what to do, just throw it up to Andrews.
let's see.
I don't know.
Tough
He
for a tight
should
end.
be, but it almost seems like he's more comfortable with Isaiah Likely in the last couple of seasons, and he's been hurt all year. It seems like he's more so shit. Likely's down there somewhere. I'll throw it to him. It seems like Lamar's a little bit more comfortable with that.
Oh, AT Perry. My bad. Probably still don't know him, but big guy, dude
I
could
don't.
run. I would love to see him with the Ravens. AT Perry. If he can get an opportunity again, man, he has all the tools. He's just hasn't made nothing click with the Saints. He's out now. I don't know where he's at. He's not even in the league. But he's still young enough. He's like 25. I
What
think
up,
that would be
Cash?
a great conversation or great piece to that offense.
What else?
Next
So
topic.
what are we picking? Who we picking tonight's game? Should I just doubleheader, right?
You got the
I don't like
Bears
these.
for
Do you guys
sure.
like these doubleheaders? You like these
I
doubleheaders?
don't.
No.
I
I
don't either,
don't.
right?
That's weak.
It's
One
right.
starting at 4, the other one starting at 5:20. That's weak. You
Yeah,
don't
what
want
are
to
we
watch
doing,
both of
right?
them.
I
Yeah.
would like them if they actually separated them all the way.
Yeah, if you could watch
Exactly.
both of them, yeah.
But yeah,
Why are you making me choose? Like, it's Monday Night Football, it's supposed to be prime time, just that game. Why are
For
you making
real,
me choose? Like,
standalone. Yeah,
yeah, it's a standalone. This is the spotlight. Like, you splitting your own audience. I don't like it.
exactly.
I don't like it.
I
I
don't
don't
mind
like
the
it. But
Friday
And if
game.
I'm a
I like
Bills
the
or a
Friday.
Falcons fan, if I'm a Bills or a Falcons fan, I'm not going to see number 1 versus number 2 in prime time because I got to watch my squad play. Like,
yeah.
that's tough.
So I
but
guess
dude,
are you guys all taking the Bears tonight?
I got
I'm rolling
Bears.
with the Bears.
We got Javi. Bears.
Yeah, I got Bears.
What about you, Sean?
yeah, I think I'll go Bears.
Bears. I'm gonna be the only Commanders. I guess I see Commanders are missing, and especially Debo doesn't play. But at home, I looked at the spread. They're a 4-point favorite. Actually, if I was gonna take the spread, if they're giving me 4 points, I might actually go with the Bears if they're giving me four. But outright, I think I gotta go Commanders and probably obviously the Bills tonight.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson legacy game. It's about Ben Johnson. His first time coming off a bye as a head coach.
Yeah. Well, it's actually
The
kind of
Commanders
powerhouse
knocked his
offenses.
Lions.
Yeah.
The Commanders knocked his Lions out of the playoffs last year unceremoniously.
Oh yeah.
So it's a
Oh
little bit of
yeah.
revenge for him too. The
Yeah.
Hail Mary last year for the Bears, they were sitting at 4-2. Like I said, I think my sound was messed up. Caleb led a game-winning drive versus the Commanders last year
I
in
think Kingsbury
Washington.
got something to prove too, though.
Yeah, it's go time. It's a good game. The Bears are getting Tyler Gordon back, Darnell Wright back, Poston Loveland back. They're getting like 4 or 5 guys that they missed versus the Raiders coming off the bye, healthier squad. It's a Ben Johnson game tonight. What are you gonna do, Ben? Because we had him last year with a horrible coaching staff and a less talented roster. So what are we gonna do tonight? It's a
Damn,
Ben Johnson game.
he low key convinced me.
It's a Ben Johnson game. Let's go. I'm ready. Of
I
course,
think
I'm hyped.
I gotta be the lone.
You need
I
to
gotta
be in
go.
there.
I
I'm
gotta
slapping
feel
this
it.
shirt.
You need to be in their
Let's
locker
go.
room.
I'm
I
ready
know.
to go.
He
I
hyped
am
me
in the
up.
locker
He
room.
hyped me
Yeah,
up.
I'm there.
I believe now. I'm like, damn. I picked the wrong thing. I'm gonna
We
stick
about to
with my
throw some
pick,
meat
but
on the grill. We about to
yeah,
go up. It's go time. We need this.
How do y'all feel about Penix? Is it too early to speak on Penix?
I think it's too early still.
Too early still. Too early to have
Yeah,
any type
we were
of
talking about it
real,
earlier.
Yeah.
I think it takes a bit. I think we got to give some of these young quarterbacks a bit more leeway. The way the NFL is now, these guys are so smart. Defenses are so good. I do think it takes a bit of time. It almost takes like 5-6 years before you can really judge how good a quarterback is. Again, like now look at Tua. Like I think people have come to the realization that like Tua is just not it. He doesn't have it. Turns the ball over too much. His arms are too weak. One of the I don't know if you guys saw the game yesterday, but one of the interceptions he had, if he could put a little bit of umph onto the football, he can get it to him. You know what I mean? But it's such a weak, just fucking
Yeah.
duck of a fucking football he throws out
Worst
there.
arm
It's
strength in
just
the league,
easy.
man.
Yeah, it's just easy. Give me that. Like
Yeah.
it's just you can't have that. I know Herbert gets a lot of shit for throwing bullets at his fucking receivers, but I mean, that's that. A lot of times, that's the difference between a catch and interception.
No,
True.
for real.
I mean,
Tua,
what is it?
man, Tua damn near got a new hip,
But
man. The hip took him out, bro. He
Yeah.
had a hip drop tackle at Alabama. He was that boy before then. I'm a
Yeah.
college football draft guy, so I remember prime Tua. You know what I'm saying? Before that hip drop tackle at Alabama, he was like that for sure. But
isn't it funny how
away.
isn't it kind of funny though how Tua and Hurts college careers have kind of panned out the same, like
Hell yeah,
the same exact way as their NFL careers. It's insane. Like, yeah, it's crazy. It's like because where did Jalen get drafted?
Second round.
So he had the guy, and then Tua comes in, takes his position, wins the championship, gets drafted higher.
Hell yeah.
But overall, I still thought Jalen was still the better player. And then he comes into the NFL, goes to the Eagles, wins the Super Bowl, goes to 2. Like, it's so crazy how their careers like have paralleled in the same exact way. Like, it's
it's interesting. I feel the same way about Winston and Mariota, and kind of with Goff and Wentz.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a real good one. Yeah,
with Goff and Wentz, up until Goff's recent success, they were kind of like the same.
I think Goff is a great example too. But guys, like you give him some time, bro. Like I thought he always looked good, but everybody kind of made it seem as if it was just Sean McVay that was the guy that made him look good, and I do think there's some to that because he is such an immobile quarterback. But so you have to have a good scheme around him. But I mean, if you can work that scheme out and it's good, I think it's well enough. So I do think we got to give Penix a little time. He didn't really start last year. This is his first year starting. Defensive head coach. It's hard for a young quarterback with a defensive head coach. That's a tough. Your boy had with the Bears. Of was a tough. His rookie year with a defensive coach. Like, it's a tough thing for a young quarterback to have a defensive coach.
Yep,
And I
still
know it's not like I'm
3,500
on to be on
yards,
here.
20 touchdowns, only 6 picks with a terrible coach. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, my boy can cook. You know what I'm saying? We just got to let him cook.
Yeah,
Tonight's a
I
big
think
night.
a young
I'm excited,
quarterback
guys.
really
I'm excited.
benefits
I'm
from an
excited.
offensive coach. So I don't want to sit here and call for Atlanta to fire their coach, but it's you're not doing. I don't feel like a team is doing itself a favor with a young quarterback and a defensive coach.
Yeah, and Penix, if you know about Penix's player profile, what he wants to do, he wants to throw the ball down the field.
Yeah,
You know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? And that takes time to get down packed in the NFL. I mean, Caleb was great throwing the ball downfield at USC, and he was awful throwing the ball downfield last year. He was the worst deep ball quarterback in the league by far. So that transition, if you want to throw the ball deep, it's going to take, a good amount of starts, a good amount of reps in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And your coaching has to be right. The play calls have to be right. But that's where Penix thrives is deep throws, big time throws down the field. That's what he does. He's not a check down guy.
Yeah, not at all.
I think they should give what's his face a chance. The dude that they took from the Rams, the offensive coordinator for the Falcons. If they decide to go a different route, I think they took Zach Robinson from the Rams. He played.
Mm-hmm.
He was coaching Matthew Stafford in 22 or 23 or some shit. And he's he's the offensive coordinator now at the Falcons. So if they decide to go a different route with Morris being a defensive coordinator, you give some time with old boy who was coaching up the Rams or working with Matthew Stafford. I think Penix can. I mean, he should still already kind of seeing some of those benefits with that kind of offensive coordinator.
Yep.
It's not like he's a bad one. He's part of the McVay coaching tree.
Mm-hmm.
But there's
I think he's gonna be good eventually.
Yeah, the Falcons just love the Rams leftovers, huh? They took the defense and offensive coordinator.
They were successful over there, man.
Do you guys? Are there some trades you guys think are you looking forward to happening this year with certain guys? Kamara.
I would love for Kamara
Kamara's
to go to the
looking.
Bears.
Is Brown getting traded?
He just came out and said he didn't want to go.
Oh, yeah, Kamara's not moving. Yeah, they said he ain't going nowhere. But
yeah,
that's
okay.
I don't know.
Is Brown getting traded?
Who's Brown?
Brees Hall for the Bears. I wish Brown. Which Brown?
AJ Brown.
Oh, AJ
Oh
Brown?
shit. I don't think so. They win too much, and I think they feel like they can still. I love him probably in New England too. AJ Brown in New England with Drake May and Stephon.
Well, I think AJ needs a vet. He needs a vet in my opinion. AJ is a phenomenal receiver. Don't get me wrong, but he's more of a physical guy.
Mm-hmm,
he doesn't get like crazy. I think that's where the disconnect between him and Jalen Hurts is. If Jalen wants to throw to a wide open receiver, you know what I'm saying?
I said this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's part of my breakdown. I've said this.
And AJ Brown is not he can win 50-50 balls aren't really 50-50 balls with AJ. He's gonna win that.
You're right.
9 times out of 10.
70-30 balls.
Yeah, it's a 70-30, exactly. But I just Jalen just doesn't like throwing.
He has to see it. Jalen's one of those I need to see it before I throw.
Yeah.
He doesn't
and so I think
throw.
AJ would go good with a fucking Baker Mayfield.
Yes, he would. He would
fucking
the Ravens.
Guy who's like
cook.
That might be what Lamar needs.
He would cook with Justin Herbert as well.
Yeah, because Herbert will get it in there too. I just
but Baker, I never even thought about that.
Yeah, but Baker, I would actually, if I'm Tampa, I'm looking at.
I'm giving
him
up
and
that
Baker
second round pick to get AJ Brown if I'm Tampa.
Absolutely,
you're giving
absolutely.
A second round pick.
Oh,
that's what it would cost. Yeah, that's what it would cost.
And Tampa's in a very good position to make a very deep playoff.
No, he was picked in the first round.
I heard you said Ibuka. I was like, oh wow, nah.
Ibuka's the first round pick.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, they picked him in the first round.
I mean, I get it. Do I do
this
year?
A quarterback who's not scared.
Mike Evans.
Do the Eagles need AJ Brown?
I don't seem like it.
If they traded him, would they be fine without him?
I would think.
I think they could address some other problems that they have.
Yeah.
If they were to trade him.
There's a lot of inconsistencies in that Eagles defense now.
Yeah,
but a lot of those guys are young, so I guess they're assuming as they continue to grow.
But I mean,
there's a lot. Their linebacking core is not.
There's some holes they can fill with a trade with AJ with that one trade, and they might suffer a bit in the short term.
Mm-hmm.
With it, the way that I think the Cowboys are, but I don't think we can judge the Cowboys until.
Oh, you broke up a little bit.
We can't judge the Cowboys until week Divisional
We can't
playoff
hear you.
round.
We can't hear you, El. Oh, okay. He's yeah, because he completely went out.
Oh, maybe his headphone died.
Oh yeah, maybe.
But shit, man.
A second round pick is a high ticket too.
It is. That's what it's gonna cost though.
That's a good contract though. Like, not
Mhm.
only you getting a good player, you're getting a good player with a good
You know,
contract.
good deal. Yeah.
That's a high ticket.
He's already
And-
signed to a friendly deal.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know
he would
a
ball out
swap
there.
of like a Godwin I think would be better on the Eagles. I think Godwin is one of those guys you can play on you could slide in on the Eagles. Maybe even Mike Evans. If you just want to switch one of those guys up and just trade, add a little pick to that.
No,
I
Mike
think
Evans
you
No.
can
don't
do
make
that.
sense. Mike Evans don't make sense.
Can't do
But
that.
Because
Godwin does.
he
That's
goes
my
off.
time, fellas.
Mike,
Thank you for having me.
All right, bro.
That was fun. Let me know.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
sir. It was a
yeah.
good
Let
time,
us
Yeah.
know,
brother.
bro.
thank you.
All right, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. How's not an AJ Brown guy? How thinks AJ Brown is like the dirt on the bottom of his shoe.
I think AJ Brown is really good. I just don't like. He's not like. I'm just not in love with AJ Brown.
You don't like his diva attitude?
No, I just don't like. I guess his style of game. I guess it's just not my favorite receiving kind of style. Um, I mean, yeah, not every ball. Just because you can win contested catches a lot of the times doesn't mean I need to be throwing those. Des Bryant wasn't one of my favorites either for that same reason. I don't need a bully receiver that's 6'2", right? Big, that's 6'2",
Somewhere up there, yep.
that really doesn't have speed like that really doesn't create like that. He's just using his bruising ability to get the ball. He doesn't play in the slot, so it's like he's only gonna really get those outside looks if they're there. Um, and I like the way I know a lot of people don't like the way Jalen Hurts plays. Like you got to have the open receiver, but isn't that what you want from your quarterback to make the smartest decision? Throw it to the guy that's going to be open. Throw it to the guy that's designated that you know is going to be open based on the play calling, the read. Use AJ Brown as a decoy. Like, yeah, fuck it. That's your monster. Make him think you're going to go long so you can go short. Make him think he's going to go short so you can go long to Devontae. I like it. I don't need a quarterback to force shit, but I watch from a Cowboys perspective where I've seen, like I said, that's my one thing about Dak. He forces too much shit. I wouldn't want my quarterback to be doing that just because they have the ability to do it. Like that's just gonna open up a lot of
Dude.
holes, I think, for a quarterback that's needs to be trying to progress and go through his reads rather than just throw that shit to AJ Brown just because I have AJ Brown. Like he's not a Calvin Johnson or Randy Moss. He's not one of those guys to me. And I'm not gonna take that risk just for AJ Brown. Like, nah.
How hard do you guys think it would be? Like, I don't know, for a quarter or a couple drives just to force feed him the ball just to shut him up. You think
That's
like
what I would do. I'll
like
give him the ball and see what happens. And if he
like
fails, then nigga, that's why we don't throw you the ball all the time. But when they
like
throw it to him, it usually goes well if the ball is not over his head or out of bounds.
I mean, they could have afforded. They can't now, but before they took a loss, they could have afforded to take a loss just to shut him up.
Just giving him the game that he wants. He hasn't had that game yet this season. Once that 150 yards, 2 touchdown game, that's what AJ Brown feels like he is every week. He has that mentality. That's what you want out of a number one receiver. You feel me? So let him be that. But they don't, they're trying to win games. They're trying to play smart. They won a Super Bowl and they were just in another one. So they know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't a, big time winning before he got to Philly. So, he just has that attitude, that moxie of a number one receiver. He wants the ball. He feels like that's what he's out there for. He'd rather fucking kill his defender than win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like that just kind of is what it is. But I would give him the ball more. I think they would be more threatening to give him the ball more. But I also don't think he has the quarterback that's really. I don't want to say capable because, like I said, he won a Super Bowl. He's played great in both Super Bowls he's been in, but I don't know.
I,
It's just not the perfect marriage at this
I,
point.
I
As far as
feel like
quarterback.
we've had receivers like this before, though, that cried and didn't get the ball, and I feel like
Yeah, Brandon Marshall type.
there's been
Brandon Marshall
coaches
type.
and quarterbacks that have been able to figure it out and just give them what they want,
Yeah.
then moved forward.
They'll trade him. He'll get with a different quarterback, and he'll still be, a Pro Bowler and all that good stuff. He's like that.
I'm trying to look for his contested catch percentage. He's so far right now, he's 54%, which ranks 28 in efficiency for his
Yeah, he has
contested.
horrible numbers.
No, this is just
He
contested
has
catch
horrible
rate.
numbers this year.
Contested catch rate just for this year.
Career? Oh,
No, just for you. This I'm gonna go to 24.
Yeah, he's having a down year all the way around. He's checked out. He needs putting Bible verses on his Instagram and shit. He's out of there. He's mentally he ain't there this year.
So 2024, he was 47%. He was ranked number 39 for contested catch percentage and efficiency. That's 2024. So he wasn't
Yeah, he was
one of the best in 2024. So I'm gonna go to 2023. He was ranked 18, 50%. So he's still not one of the best. I'm gonna go to 2022. It doesn't let me show for his career. I wish it would, but it doesn't. He was ranked 57, 41% contested catch. He's not that good as y'all think he is.
so he's not a 70-30 ball then, is what you're saying.
No, nowhere near.
He's a 50-50 ball.
Efficiency, number 17. Again, this was 2021. He was number 17, 52%.
Our eyes are telling us something.
Who have his
different, though.
quarterbacks been? Who has he played? Who's been his quarterbacks? Who's been the trigger man behind those balls?
I mean, but if he's that guy though, that's the
A lot of Will Levis. It's a lot of I don't think he's had the best quarterbacks really to really get.
I want to see.
If we look at the raw, what about like the raw receiving numbers, touchdowns, just the raw production, and the quarterbacks he's played with? I think it's been pretty damn good.
I want to see that stat adjusted to catchable contested
balls as well.
Catchable contested catches.
Well, this only gives me, as far as efficiency, it only gives me his targets. He's had 24 targets. Oh, this is I'm like down the rabbit hole now, and I'm in 2019. So I'm gonna go to, when do you think it was his best year? Like he was like killing it, 23 or 24?
I'll say the year before he got to the Eagles. I think that's 23.
23. Okay, so if I go down to 23 and I go to his productivity, now I'm gonna go to efficiency. So his true catch rate, which ranks pretty high, which is 92.2%, ranked number 31, but his actual true catch rate percentage is at 67%, which is still, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Efficiency for contested catches, which in that year he had 30 targets, 30 contested catches. This isn't like a I guess just based off of this really. What it's telling me that he has 50% out of 30 targets ranked for 18. He had 4 drops. 4 of those were drops. So no, 4 he had drops. He had 4 drops out of 2 point. I don't know how to read this one. They have it weird here a little bit, I'm not going to lie. But
what's a true catch rating?
So the contested catch conversions divided by contested catch attempts. That's how they got the contested catch percentage. So he's not elite though, but the true catch rate for that year, it says 92.2%, but his actual, they have it underneath that number, was 67.1%. I mean, to me, that reads really good. You're number 30. I mean, a lot of people are going to be higher because they're going to have less targets, but more catches. You know what I'm saying? But contested is the one that I really wanted to look at, because it's like, it doesn't matter who gets those, because are you winning them, right? You can get a one contested catch for one receiver, and he just happened to get the one, and he'll be at 100. That's gonna knock AJ Brown down. But we're saying he's quote unquote known for those things, and it to me it doesn't seem like it. But I could be reading this wrong too. I could be reading it to you, and the way that we just interpret it and reading this, it could be wrong. I don't know.
Because our eyes show us seeing him catching those crazy balls.
Yeah, that's what I've seen since he's been out there
Yeah, I can post it
as the
up.
number one from Tennessee to last year to however. He be out there doing his thing.
Are we
But Ole
overlooking the
Miss,
ones he doesn't catch?
I think
maybe.
there may be a little something to him, but I'm gonna post it into the Discord so y'all can take a look at it too. I may be looking at it differently, but and this normally isn't the site that I use, but the site that I use doesn't give me the analytics that I'm looking for compared to this one that now I might be using this site to be honest for fantasy. But I mean, I'm not knocking the fact that he's a great receiver. Like he's a great receiver, but
I see what you're saying, Javi. Like you feel like that's more of a gamble receiver, and you'd rather your team have a guy that's less of a gamble and more consistent, making the easy catches
yeah,
from the easy
I don't
throws.
I don't want to have to force it to my guy, even though I can do it. Like I don't want to have to force it. I'd rather have a guy that's gonna. I mean, also
Just
too,
league to league and layup.
there's been some throws where Jalen Hurts didn't have to force it. He could have caught AJ Brown, but you know, just based off that name, this is why I didn't like Dez Bryant as much because Dez Bryant didn't ever really get separation like that, but he would go out there and be a dog. But I don't necessarily want that. I want the DeAndre Hopkins breaking ankles, the you know what I'm saying? Those technicians at receiver.
Make it easy on the quarterback, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. If I'm gonna pay a receiver, that's what I hope to get. Compared to like trading for a guy like
Yeah.
that, or compared to even trading for like a guy like Nico Collins, who's just a big play receiver, big yards. Mike Evans, really the same way. He's just a big yard, big target, big receiver. Um, I don't really value that as much compared to like valuing technicians.
I think AJ Brown has a little more breakaway speed than you're probably giving him credit for right now.
What do you run like a
And
4.5?
big flip.
I mean, how much different is he from Mike Evans? They're
He's
both
way faster than
physical.
Mike Evans.
I'm not
Yeah,
comparing their speed
He's
together.
way more explosive. You know, I mean, I'm not saying he's a better receiver overall than Mike Evans, and Mike Evans is the model
but
of consistency. But as
but
far as
they're
his explosiveness, I mean, I think he probably blew up the combine more than somebody like Mike Evans.
No,
they're
yeah,
both
I'm not comparing the two,
physical.
like their speed, not at all. But I was just saying the type of receivers I don't like, and I was separating AJ Brown from Mike Evans and Nico. Those are complete two different receivers. Nico and Mike are in their own little thing. And I was saying I don't even like receivers like that. Like they're just
Oh, okay.
big play receivers. They're big targets. That's it. So those are the basically two styles. I don't like the AJ Brown style, and I don't like the Nico and Mike Evans style. Like I'd rather have the
For
CD
sure, I'm
Lambs.
gonna have to call it, fellas. Got to spend some time with the family for this Bears game tonight. It's been real.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
no.
If you guys keep going, I'm gonna keep watching. I'm gonna still stay tuned in, but I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah,
have to
for sure,
bounce right
bro.
now, y'all.
Yep.
All
Oh
right,
yeah,
for sure,
man.
bro.
Fun times, you guys. You guys have a
Thank
good
you.
one, man. Stay
All
up.
right, bro. Then I still got like a good little 20 minutes before I gotta head out like at 1.
Yeah, same here.
What you think
But
about this fantasy shit though that's been happening?
man. I talked to Walt. He explained his side.
You see, he's trying. I mean, he's winning though.
Yeah.
He snuck out too. Can he win next week? I'm gonna see what his schedule looks like. Let me see. Where's Walt?
All three of y'all gonna have the same record, it looks like.
He has Cash next week. Oh yeah, that's raps. He's not getting that one unless Taylor underperforms like crazy against the Chargers. St. Brown against Tampa. That's love right there. Yeah, he's not. He
It's
shouldn't get that one.
it's crazy how bad me and Cash been playing, and it's still gonna be 50-50 the whole game.
You should get it with Swift. I'm not gonna lie, you should. St. Brown should have had a better game. He had the perfect game for you.
He has Pitt still.
I know, but really, like Kyle Pitts. You're up by 4. He's up by 4, and you got Swift against Washington. which I think Caleb is going to try to make a statement in this game because it's against Jaden Daniels. So I think you may be okay.
We'll see. But if I lose, it'll be another could have won because I picked up the right guy, but I didn't play him. I got Michael Mayer putting up 18 on the bench.
But not
Seahawks
all.
defense 12, and I didn't start them.
And you picked up the right running back too.
Oh yes,
You
and I
picked up the
didn't.
right running back. But then you got Danny next week too. So if you don't win this one, you got Danny. You get a little bit of you get Walt right after. And then you got me and Ajon. So you
But I
could
got
technically
Walt.
go 1-3 on
I
these
got
next
Walt.
games.
I got a bye week. My bye week is Walt.
Oh my God, you could be if you lose
I
today.
could lose all of them.
Yeah, you can lose against Devin. The next winnable game for you could be Keith. You could lose all of them. You could be performing stand up comedy.
Yeah, it's pretty equal this year. It's like I think it might be like one of them situations where we have a tiebreaker to make the playoffs.
I don't think so. I hope not. I don't. That's the last
It's
thing I'm
gonna be a
concerned
lot
about.
of. It's a good like 7, 8 teams that are like could win. Eh,
I mean, shit. What? Devin scoring close to 200 points twice.
Yeah, Walt
Danny.
and Keith. Walt and Keith are the only like underdogs. I feel.
I mean, I'm still in there. I'm like what I'll be 2-4.
Yeah, but your team's not bad, and the losses that you have, they could have gone either way. I could end up having the worst record, and I would be a big coulda, shoulda, woulda team.
You're not making any moves or thinking of making any moves.
I feel like I made all the moves I could make. I don't really see maybe getting a tight end, possibly.
A tight end? I don't think so.
It's like what really could I improve? I can't get a better receiver. I can get a better running back, but what am I gonna have to give up to get a better running back? Swift is my worst starter.
You might have to do what I did or what I'm trying to do. Well, yeah, what I did is you might have to give up a buy just to get by Walt. Especially if Puka's injury is like if that's for real, like he's missing some time, which he could.
Yeah.
I hope not. He came back and played.
Yeah, but they also said, like what Javi said, that they're probably going to sit him down.
And that'll make me cry.
That's the news on Puka. Puka's news is couple weeks.
Yeah, that couple of weeks lands right into that game against Walt. And Walt, let me see, he's gonna have. Oh, he got some buys. He got. Oh no, Charbonnet and Cup. That's not really much. Oh, he don't got Bucky no more though. He has Cam. You can still steal that.
Cam could be somebody. We don't know. That could be another Javonte Williams trade.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm expecting Cam to put up 20 a week.
It could be.
Especially because Dart's gonna need him. Dart's gonna have to rely on him a lot.
I called Danny this morning. Tried to do a straight up CMC for A-Chain. He wants me to add something on top. But I'm like, I don't know if I can do that.
You would take that risk?
I mean, he's producing right now.
Yeah, A-Chain's low-key a risk too. He's small. He gets these little injuries.
His name been floating around too as a trade target.
That's the last thing that I need.
To the Chiefs? That's a chief player.
Yeah, that's crazy. If that happens, that,
You should be. You should love it. I mean, you should love it, and then you shouldn't because for you
You're
right
on the
now,
Chiefs, though.
I know. So right
There's so
now,
many.
he's getting a lion's share of the targets, and the moment you go to the Chiefs, some of that production comes down a little bit.
mm-hmm.
You know how they moving? They're a committee running back over there right now too. Even if they did take Achan, he would get the bulk of the carries, but still, it's just they throwing the ball.
Yeah, they would use Kareem Hunt a little more than what Ollie Gordon's being used in the Dolphins. I think Pacheco would probably be done for. Brashard Smith would be
Yeah,
done for.
yeah. But I mean, Achan, like you said, he still would take a bulk of it. It would still be an Achan show because they can use him like Tariq. They can use him in so many ways. Achan will still be a baller. I don't care.
Yeah, I
Uh,
guess. Yeah.
Cash, what's the deal with Brock? Are they gonna sit him forever?
I don't know, man. It's gonna be come down to this week. Honestly, this week is gonna be. You'll know a lot. I think they fucked up with Brock. I don't think he plays this week. I think it's gonna be a close game time decision. I don't think they should play him. They said that all he needs is rest. I don't know if that's facts. I just don't think they should rush him. I think
You,
they should take their time with him.
you think
Use
Michael
Michael
Mayer
Mayer.
can continue to do what he did?
I mean, he was projected to be that, and the Raider fans hype him up like he's supposed to be the second best tight end in all the league. I don't know if that's facts either, but that's just Raider fans being Raider fans because he was the second round tight end in college. He was, I think at that time, Brock Bowers was the best tight end, and Michael Mayers was the second best tight end in college at Notre Dame. So, I mean, he got talent. He just never had the opportunity. And the opportunity, I guess last game I didn't watch it, was his breakout game. That was like his best game that we've been waiting for. So I don't think you rush Brock, bro. And it's smart,
Well,
good job on you picking up Michael Mayer, bro. I think that they rock with Michael Mayer.
all right. So I guess either way, I could just start one of the two, and then I should get the same production. I should get good production out of either or.
I need some help
Yeah.
with this Kincaid. Unbiased opinion, Javi. I know you watch Kincaid or what's his name? Pitts. I
Yeah.
know you since I drafted him, you're like, Pitts is
Yeah.
you don't believe it. You think he's fluky. He had that 18-point week last week. That was fluky. I want to go with Kincaid. He's been my proven guy, but they saying he's questionable. I just don't
Oh,
know.
that's messed up. You got a choice tonight. You get to pick.
Yeah,
Oh
I got
man.
you.
There. I mean,
But the problem is,
if Kincaid is there, I may go Kincaid, but you don't. You
Tell,
got to go with what you feel because
tell him the wrong answer,
this is.
whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. That's a must win for you right now. You have to win this
oh
week.
yeah, I know. And how it's been going, I've been picking the wrong guys.
It's a
I
double
haven't.
must win.
I haven't had a chance. I haven't benefited off picking the right guy. Like I did it this week. I benched Kamara. I put in Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison gets hurt, and I should have played Kamara.
Should have played
And the same thing
Kamara.
over Diggs.
Who would have thought Kenneth Walker had 4 points against the Jags? Bro,
Uh,
that trade
good
shit the
trade by
bed.
you.
That trade shit the bed. I got 2 points from Cortland Sutton
Yeah, but you still got the better player.
It's a lose trade.
so far.
Nah, he got the better player. I mean, still got a top 10 receiver. I don't have a top 10, 15 running back. I should have, and it's probably going to be. I should have taken that Devin deal that you took, Sean. You took that Swift deal. I should have took. Shit
Um,
might have. The fuck
Well, we're
you.
gonna see tonight. We'll see how this game goes. If I win, it's gonna be I'm gonna win or lose based on Swift. So
Yo,
it's up to you, Devin.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna
um,
have to. I'm gonna try to shake some stuff up this week, man. I might be. It may be a new looking Taylor gang around here.
hey,
oh
I got a
shit.
team full of guys for you, Cash. Come shopping, man.
To
We might have to move some pieces around. You got talent. You as much your record don't reflect, but you got talent.
No, yeah, there's a lot
I
of
like
talent
what you
there.
got going over there. I think right now, like I told Danny, the best two teams is Danny and Skeezy.
Devin,
Yeah, those are the best two.
double
Yeah.
D's.
Mhm.
I
You're
wish
like,
I wish I was in that position to pick between both Walt and Jamie.
yeah, no. I don't like that how he came up with the order, that fucking video game shit. I guess that was different. It was cool.
I think
Maybe
that's
every year.
dope.
Yeah, I thought it was
Every
dope
year
too.
we
I
should
like.
switch it up. I don't like that video game shit.
That was. You feel like there should be something we should be able to participate in and actually determine ourselves
I mean
based on our
that's
skill,
hard. That's hard to do. But
like
yeah,
make a
I would like
basket,
to.
like make a three
Yeah,
pointer or something.
yeah. I like to have some type of control.
Like a combine, we should have. You know how some people have a combine.
Are you
Ooh,
running?
You got to run.
spinning,
You got to
run around the
bench
bat three
press.
times.
You got to do some. You got to have a combine. You got to jump. See how high the jump is. Whoever finishes first, like the
You get a certain
average.
amount of points.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I like something. I'd rather that. Something where I can put my hands on. Something I could try to manipulate my. I like to bet on me.
yeah,
Madden
yeah.
tournament.
Oh no, that's
Yeah, it's only
clearly.
gonna be us three
Yeah, y'all would
or
have
four.
now Ajan. It would be Cash, Sean, Ajan, myself, and then Danny. He can get lucky at playing Madden.
Yeah, yeah.
um, now, do you think if
Don't
we
sleep
did
on
something,
Devin.
if we had a, if we had some kind of combine or whatever, do you think it should be first place picks first, or first place gets to choose where they want to be in the draft? Like, if you win whatever challenge we do, you get to choose like what slot you want to pick in. Because
I don't
sometimes
know.
some people don't always feel that the first pick is the best pick.
Yeah, I always like it random because um you can never tell who's who and how good somebody is and how they evaluate talent. So when they pick players, I want to be next to the people that can reach for certain people. Like I like picking next to Ajan because I know how he wants to pick guys with high upside. So even though I like the high upside too, the names are going to be different. So I'm not. He's reaching for guys that I may on my list is going to be stay away from, right? So I know he's not going to like my guys. I would like to pick next to Walt and Jamie because of how they draft, and we just all happen to get stuck together. Like so, that's why I like it random because if it was something where we have control over it, I could then start looking and see how these things are starting to kind of like take effect. Okay, I'd rather be here, so I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna pretend to do so not so good. You know what I'm saying? That's why I
That's what I'm
like it.
saying. Like
I like the random
some
element.
people would want, some people would want to be like some people like being Asian's pick, being the last pick, and you get to go back to back. Some people like the first overall pick.
Or being in the middle.
Some people like being in the middle.
Mm.
Yeah, I like the random. It's a
Yeah,
good
random's
way.
cool.
If you could choose, if they said, Javi, you get to choose where you're gonna pick, and everything else is random, what would you choose? What spot would you choose?
It's different every year. It's different every year. It's never the same. It just depends on where the talent pool is going, where players are being projected, how players like, you know, the more I get to talk to you guys, the more I get to kind of get a little bit of insight, just like the same way y'all with me, and It's the same with no matter what conversation you have. You get a little bit more insight about how I see these rosters, how they form. Like I get to make projections based off that. Okay, this is where guys are gonna go in this league because it's not always the same. Where like it's not a cookie cutter. Like the ADP doesn't show you exactly where guys are gonna go every time, especially in this league. So,
So we didn't follow the rules at all when it comes to drafting, right? Huh? As far as like
well, I mean,
typical,
they're not really any rules. It's just about value. Like at the end of the day,
not
people
not
like
rules, but like how a typical league would draft, like in the order. Like we didn't pick our players in the right order or the typical order.
there wasn't like guys were being reached for like from the beginning. You know that like the Genty, the who else outside of Genty, fucking ETN, Travion Henderson a little bit. Um, yeah, there was some reaching going on. Like there's, I mean, even what's his name? Uh, uh, Danny picking. Damn, who's the backup to Brees Hall? Braylon Allen. He picked him up pretty high. Jamie took what's his name pretty high again. Will Shepard was it or Kenneth Gainwell or some shit? He ended up picking him.
James took Travion Henderson in the second.
Yeah, like when they were still Kyron Williams was still available. Like
That just lets me know, like you said, Jamie watches college. A lot of people don't watch in this league. A lot of people don't watch college, but there's a few of you guys that do.
I don't really
And
watch college like that.
you don't?
Not like that. Now I'm kind of like you. I wait till the end of the year. I want to see who's what. Where are people being projected? And then once I see where they're projected, then I go do my research. I don't like to.
Yeah.
I can't sit there and watch guys that I don't care about up until the point where I feel like, okay, this is the name. That's the guy that I want.
And there's so many teams too. Like, yeah, I don't watch playoffs until I don't watch college until like playoff time.
Yeah. I do that same thing, Javi. Once I start hearing these names, I do my research. I read my draft profiles, the scouting profiles. I may watch a highlight, but I don't like highlights because it's just, and then I even try to find like maybe some moments, like some videos where maybe against a good team, maybe Georgia versus quarterback. Like I want to see. That's why I like Jaden Daniels. I thought we had a good chance of getting him. I thought we were going to forfeit all our draft picks to go get him. And I'm just like, yeah, I like what I saw. Him and CJ Stroud. I do that with quarterbacks. But yeah, one thing I've learned about you, I've been trying to pick your brain with this fantasy, Javi, for years because you always seem like you had insight on this. And I've been playing, but more so as a casual. Over the years, I try to get better. And like my draft spot this year was just whack. Like I did not like being 7th pick. Like I do not like that spot. Hate it. Like you said, Sean, I'd rather be the first or the last. I like my double picks. And that's usually where I be at. I usually higher last. Like all the times we done the drafts and off the phone, like I've always been first or last. Near the first or last. Never the middle.
Do y'all think Vidal has any trade value?
No.
Yeah, would you trade for him?
No, not right now.
Not ever.
Does Higgins?
I mean, this is
See, the thing is that in this league, Sean, like when you talk to Walt, these motherfuckers don't want to trade unless they go crazy. Like I had offers for Stephon Diggs after that week 1. And why you able to move players and I don't is because you'll sell them off that one game. I haven't been doing that.
Yeah.
They want to see people produce. And then they're going to be like, oh, okay. And I understand that because I'm like that too. I'm not going to, can't sell me on one game.
Damn, I can't make no trades because nobody did good this week.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm stuck with what I got because my team played like ass.
The only people that are doing good are on your team is Puka. It's like my team. The only team that people want is St. Brown and JT.
Now he's hurt. Now Puka's hurt.
And
Maybe I should trade him. People will still overpay for him.
yeah, but the value, Sean, yesterday's price is not today's price.
No, people will still pay it. For Puka, people would.
What you was willing to get for Puka, Puka, you was willing to get everything. I guarantee you, if you shop him now, people are gonna be like,
Yeah.
You think
Ankle
so?
injury, high ankle injury.
yes,
I'm
yes,
gonna see.
man.
Somebody will do it.
Okay, because you gotta understand, people want to win now. Hurt trading for a hurt
No.
player.
This league don't like winning now. This is of all leagues, this is a win late league.
Well, then you should try to shave Puka.
That's
Go. I'm gonna help you facilitate your trade. Go hit Keith up and get the both 2 running back for Puka. See if he does that.
Keith is not traded with nobody.
yeah, he's
I
not,
don't think so either.
he's
I don't
not
think so.
giving. Yeah, because he wants the max value
For
in
sure.
return for something that he's
Yeah, he
yeah.
puts his own. He put extra value on there. I understand. It's Derrick Henry. It's Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he'd rather die on that hill because there is going to be a week where they each put up 30, but I mean, that's going to be a 1 week.
It's not gonna be enough. You know, have
Yeah.
30, 60.
Yeah.
You have 60. Quarterback gonna have like 20, and then the other guys are gonna be like, they're not consistent guys.
And it makes no sense for
Those
him.
guys, all his receivers, those are boomer kind of guys.
Yeah.
They're not gonna consistently hit those numbers.
He needed Lad McConkey to be the consistent guy that he drafted him at in order to
Right.
mix in those boom guys. And now he's not in the luxury. He doesn't have the luxury to trade both those players for one player, like to just go straight for the Puka, just off upside. Like he's gonna have to split.
Yeah,
both of
like
those guys up.
Pittman's whack. Pittman was a dog last year.
Pittman's not whack.
Yeah, Pittman's
He ain't
That's
going.
probably his best receiver.
so far.
He
If I was to take
Consistent.
one of his receivers, it would be Pittman. I was gonna draft Pittman too.
I was gonna draft Pittman too.
I took my eye off him. I had him, and then I got distracted. I don't know what it was. I think I took a tight end too soon or something.
No,
Pittman was there.
You took Pittman. Oh, I can look at the picture actually, because if you took Pittman before me too, I look at that all the time. Who did I take? Fucking, because I said I'm gonna take the best player available. Travis Kelce's available, and I'm over here fucking passing up on what's it called? I'll end up passing on fucking Travis Hunter. Ended up passing on Quinshaw Judkins. Ended up passing on.
I didn't look at no rookies. I didn't look at no rookies.
I didn't know nothing about any of those guys.
I didn't look. That's where I messed up at on this live draft, is because there was so much talent out there. I'm just like, what? But that minute fucked me. I wasn't, and I thought we were doing more rounds too. Like I'm the guy, like I'm trying to scrape 14, 15 after the draft, pick up guys, drop guys. I'm that guy. I'm like that in Madden. When we did our drafts in Madden, I would do our draft. I'm straight to waiver wire to see what I can find, what's left over in there. Like Danny's able, Danny, once he put the league together, I don't know. I didn't get the. It was different. I gotta be better.
Javi, is there a way that like while we're live drafting, someone could be on a laptop, like entering our pick into the app, like
You would need somebody not playing.
like so we could end the
Yeah.
draft. So we could end the draft like that night with our teams and like make trades and stuff, like
I mean, you still have the
that's-
team.
because that would be dope. No, I'm just saying, like, imagine being able to make moves and then at the end of the draft, drop people, pick people up.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess you could, but then now, like, you got to factor in that player that's doing that. Like Cash said, you kind of have somebody need to not play to do that because then it's unfair for the person that's doing it because he only has a minute to pick and he hasn't been really following and thinking because he's too busy looking at the draft and then putting it in. You know what I'm saying? So we need
Or
somebody designated to
what
do
if
that.
we had a laptop at the front, and when you make your pick, you go onto the laptop and put it in your own pick?
Oh, I guess that's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. But to get back to my bad. But to get back to Cash though, yep, he passed. We both passed on Chris Olave. We all passed on Chris Olave, Michael Pittman, and then who else was there? Let me see. No, that was pretty much it. But yeah, we passed on some two dogs just to take tight ends.
And Pittman is somebody I like on my team. I've always liked Pittman on my team.
Damn, I could have went with that, or we could have went Quinshawn Judkins,
Yeah.
and Javonte Williams actually, because Javonte didn't go to 2 rounds after.
Yeah. So,
Does Devin trade Bajan for Puka?
no. Because this is how Devin is thinking when I talk to him. If he had the second overall pick, who would you take? Puka or would you take Bijan? Answer the question, Sean.
Me, Puka.
That's the question. You would take Puka if you drafted, and where we at now. If knowing what we know now, you would take Puka over Bijan.
With or without the injury?
Let's just say without the injury.
I think I'm going with Puka. Like if we
I'm not. If we
drafted last
started
week,
over,
if we started
yeah.
over last week and had a new draft,
If we started over, right, and we know
mhm,
that these players are producing, would you still take Bijan or would you take Puka?
I would take Puka.
I'm taking Bijan, bro.
I'm taking Bajan too.
See, you're looking at it, Sean, that Puka is the best fantasy player right now, but you're not understanding like the value of the running back.
I
I
really,
don't
I
need.
don't.
I don't. I
I do
don't.
not
I don't
see.
need. But you're trying to trade for running backs.
Yeah.
I don't need the receiver.
So these receivers are really just ass come wintertime?
No, I mean you want to have a good receiver. It's not their ass. It's just the running backs are better. The running backs. If Saquon was the best fantasy player, but because Jamar Chase went crazy all year, that's just it's what I'm trying to say is you can find receivers. There's a lot of receivers that you can find close to value. Like there's a lot. It's hard to find those running backs. There's scarcity on them. That's why they're more valuable.
You only got like 7 compared to receivers where you got like, I mean, you got like 8, 9 dogs,
Yeah.
and then you still got so much more that you can like take a gamble on because if they're easier to gamble on than running backs. Like, imagine if Javante did what he normally does for you, and you were never able to make that trade, right? And you're stuck with the running backs that you had. Like, it would probably be a lot darker than what it is right now. But I mean, it worked out. It ultimately ended up working out. But yeah, like if you look at Bijan, if he does bad in his rushing attack, like week 1, he had 100 receiving yards. He's basically a receiver now. 6 receptions, 100 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. His last game, 4 receptions, 106 yards. And then he added on the ground 75 yards and 1 touchdown. Like you get the dual threat, you get that dual threat ability. Like nobody offers that to you. Like other
Yep.
than a running back, not my bad. Other than a quarterback can pass and rush. That's why they're so valuable too. But
They don't get 6 points per touchdowns.
They don't get 6 points per touchdowns. They don't get points per reception. And then, not to mention, like, if a quarterback's going to give you 350 points, 400 points, and that's the top quarterback, that's why a lot of people kind of gamble on, like, just waiting until the late rounds, because I can get a quarterback that's going to give me 320 points, 300 points. And I didn't take him till, like, round 9, round 10. And that's why no one also fucked with the tight end position, because it's like you only got 2 that are really good, and that's if it works out the way it's supposed to. And then every other tight end is going to give you 10 points consistently or less. So running backs have always been like, that's why I had to draft. Like, I wanted to get Chase Brown and A-Chain. I was like, those are going to be my 2. I need one stud receiver, and it was either going to be one stud receiver, 2 running backs, or one stud running back, 2 receivers. That's how I was going to go in the draft. And I should have fucking, instead of Chase Brown, I should have took fucking James Cook, man. That's always going to haunt me. That's going to fucking haunt me. He was there.
Yeah, Sean. Skeevy got the best team because of his running backs. I thought it was Cup at first because it was Saquon and Derek, but I was sleep on Skeezy.
Yeah, me too.
And then once I started seeing, I'm like, oh shit.
It's crazy because on draft day we did think Cup of Noodles had one of the best teams.
Yeah. It was built well. It was structured well.
What happened?
His receivers were something I was kind of like, you know.
I guess Saquon and Derrick Henry haven't done Saquon and Derrick Henry things.
The thing too.
Yeah.
But it's not just the running back. Like let's just say he had been averaging 30. Those running backs been averaging 30. That's still not enough. His receivers.
Jaden Daniels injury.
That too.
Yeah, that plays into it too. There's games he could have had a better record. He's not like he's been getting whooped a lot. But yeah, man. Anyways, the question was the running backs, bro. That's where these guys, that's what I've been trying to do is I got a Jonathan Taylor. I've been trying to stack somebody with Jonathan Taylor. And I'm willing to come off St. Brown to try to get that. Because I mean, Devontae, I know you don't like him, Javi, but shit, this nigga's like still a top 10 receiver.
I mean,
yeah, that's crazy why you're hating on Devontae, because now who's going to be the best fantasy player going forward?
I mean, for a couple of weeks or two.
Yeah, that's only in 2 weeks, Sean. That's
Devontae about to give you 40 a week.
Nah, he's not that. He's not a workhorse like that. Nah, that's why Javi don't care for him. He too old to be a workhorse.
Yeah, I love Devontae as a receiver, like on my football team, because he's one of those guys I refer to as like he's gonna break a corner down. He's not just gonna beat him off of strength or beat him off of speed. He's gonna beat him because he knows his footwork. He knows his angle. He don't gotta push him off. He's just gonna break him down. He still has that ability to do that. Yeah. And that's why I love Devontae. But fantasy wise, I mean with Puka it's gonna look better. But at the same time too, it's like other than the touchdowns, if he didn't have those touchdowns, he's so touchdown dependent, other than that week 2, his games look very mid. And those touchdowns could have easily went to Kyron, could have easily went to Higbee or Puka. So I stay away from that. Like I don't like receivers that are 2 touchdown red zone dependent, because he could easily get a reception day that's like 3 receptions and then 1 touchdown, and he all of a sudden he finishes with 11 points, and that could be consistent. That can turn into a consistent thing. It could.
See, because he's such a prolific route runner, his volumes are there, targets are there. I don't think he's touchdown dependent. He's not,
and the system, so that helps him.
I think that he's gonna all the volume. I like those guys that get targeted and catches a lot. To me, a touchdown dependent guy is someone like Zay Flowers.
I don't necessarily see him like that.
Because of the yards? It's
He
because of the yards, huh?
he's a he's always a part of a big play. That's when he has his biggest weeks. It's when he doesn't have the yards is when he doesn't have, because he can get a touchdown and all these targets, but the yards underneath him like are not there. It's not until that comes up for him is when he really starts to shine. In my opinion, I think it's that he needs those like 70 yards a game in order to be like effective.
True, but they're like 3 or 4 receptions. That's what I don't like.
Yeah, that too. They're like he can very easily be like a fucking 3, 4 reception kind of guy.
I don't like those. I like those guys are getting above 5 at minimum, 6, 7. I like those guys. To me, that's what somebody that's not touchdown dependent. Those guys, those touchdowns will come, and that's just on cherry on top. But those guys are getting targeted 10 times a game. That's 10 points just off catching the ball. Yards are gonna happen. That's how
But
I look at it.
but looking at your team, you don't necessarily need a runner because you got three. I mean, you got two. You got two like that.
I don't know if I got it too yet.
You got Taylor. You got Kamara.
I don't. Kamar's not he not a 2 yet. He's my 2, but he's not a 2 yet. Kamara is really a flex. I need a 2. I need a dog.
What
I
do
need
you
a Josh
consider?
Jacobs.
Oh, that's tough though. You're gonna give up so much for that.
Fuck it. I gotta gamble.
Yeah, you're gonna give up a lot. I don't know if I want to give up so much. Like, I'm hoping Rishi does what he needs to do so I can
I
like.
don't want to either. That's why I haven't pulled the trigger on none of these trades. But and sometimes I feel like I just gotta wait it out. I
I
know these few weeks are gonna be tough for me.
I think you got to look at Amon Ross St. Brown as one of those running backs that you're trying to get and stop acting like. I mean, I'm starting to see
Yeah.
why people say running backs are better than receivers in general, but I think Amon Ross St. Brown is an exception to that.
I mean, yeah. It's just the what Danny's traded for and the way Skeezy's team, the way he drafted. I want to be able to. I want to bring up my projections. So I need. What's going to have to. What I'm gonna have to wait on is one of these guys to develop, and it's not going to be Marvin. It's not going to be Stephon Diggs.
You're gonna have to
I
see
don't know what it's
Kamara.
going to take. Coleman. I just don't know.
Yeah, Coleman is such a disappointment to me. It's a disappointing. Like, I thought he was gonna have. I mean, there's some guys that Jamie has you may be able to package. There's also some guys um, that Keith has that you may be able to get a package from, but you just got to take a flyer. Have to trade one of your better players that you believe in, because it sounds like you either want a running back or you're trying to gain depth that will give you like a better outlook compared to what the depth that you have now is able to give you. You're not
No, I
super
want to
high
run.
on. You want a running back?
Yeah, I want to run back.
I mean, look at Rico Dowdle. He was in free agency.
I know I passed. These guys, I didn't even try them.
So you could find your Rico Dowdle.
I mean, I got guys on the bench, and I just gotta wait. That's another thing too. I try to catch myself. This Kamara news kind of fucked my plan up. I thought he was for sure out the door.
Me too.
Um, Benson, he's kind of the guy I'm waiting on, but that's honestly that's gonna be some weeks. That's gonna be some weeks where I see Benson. So that's the problem. I don't know if I can. I gotta start winning. I gotta stack some wins. So, like to Javi's point, I might have to try to package something, and then yeah, it's almost getting to that point for me. I gotta move something because these guys that I've been waiting on have not came through for me.
Yeah.
Not enough.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt.
Can't wait.
Yeah, you can't. I can't wait no more. If I would have, I could have still been playing the waiting game if I made the right. If I would have just started Dak those 2 games, I'm I'd be able to wait, not have to trade
That's
CD.
crazy.
Yeah,
I hate to hear it too, man. This nigga Sean be having these guys and he just drops them. And I'll just be like, oh my God. And I'm like, bro, just wait on that. And he's like, nah. My dumb ass. I don't use my own advice. I don't.
you gotta. What's it called? Definitely get a little bit more active in the waiver wire. I'm looking at your roster right now, and it is not. I mean, Harvey's starting to kind of show a little bit of consistency when it comes to the receiving,
He's not.
but
He not getting what's the name? Took over.
yeah, Dobbins has the
JK. That's
majority.
Jake.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's I know what you're saying, the receiving, but that's not enough for I wouldn't start him just on receiving. I want some touches. I got some I just want some injuries to happen. But
yeah, that's kind of what you have to wait for. Yeah,
I don't know if I can.
Devontae should be Devontae with Puka being out, that should give you a boost.
yeah.
Knowing
That
us,
that
knowing the
Devontae
Rams.
could allow you to win and give you a week or two to wait for some of
See,
your other players to come through.
we'll see. It's
I
fucking
don't
Kenneth Walker,
I
bro.
don't honestly see what I could possibly do to improve my team, Javi.
It's
I don't
fucking
see
Walker.
I don't
Wait,
see
real quick. What's up with Walker? Why they don't give him no burn?
Man, that's what
It's
I
the
was
it's
saying. Zach Charbonnet is
it's the
getting everything in the 20. Everything in that red zone, Zach Charbonnet is getting it. And then he they like he does all the hard work, gets yardage, but doesn't get nothing in the end zone, but they also don't even incorporate him in the passing game. I don't know what they're
well
doing around there.
neither Walker or Charbonnet did shit this week.
But if you look at it
no,
though,
but he's saying if you watch the game, it's those opportunities to him score touchdowns. He's not even getting it.
yeah.
That's tough. If I get you down the field, remember I was telling you that, Sean? If I'm a
Mm-hmm.
player and I got you down the field, whether I caught a deep pass, whether I ran it, I want to be rewarded with a touchdown. That's usually how it goes in football. You get rewarded for that.
Well, this might be good news for you. Charbonnet averaged 2 yards a carry last week on 12 attempts. So maybe they
Nah,
stopped giving him the ball
He
because
nah.
that's
blocks.
terrible.
He blocks. He's a big dude. He blocks. He's gonna play. He's gonna see the field for sure. And if he's in all those touches that he gets, it's not like he's getting them in if the Seahawks are ever in like tough positions and they need to get just yardage. And they seem to always be in that position where they're on third down for whatever reason. They just have their offense is pretty stagnant. They just get big plays.
Mhm.
Without those big plays, that offense is like kind of it's not the greatest in my opinion.
Yeah. See, I ain't
Yeah,
been
maybe the
watching.
Seahawks are the team to just stay away from all around
Not if you got JSN.
because,
I was saying
yeah, Walker's
Seahawks.
average wasn't too much better.
Shit, I'm over
Walker
here.
Walker averaging 3.4 a carry. They
I need
each
a
got one
quarterback too.
target. They each got one target, one reception.
I need a quarterback too. It might have to be Darnold. Darnold threw 2 touchdowns. I ain't had 20 points from a quarterback all season.
Yeah.
Darnold.
L said, what was he saying? Oh, you might just need to follow whoever the fuck's playing Dallas.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, you might need to just follow
That's
because
facts.
Bryce Young almost had 20. Without that interception, he would have had 20.
This was a weird week, Cash. But both Walker and Charbonnet did the same thing, same exact points.
They played a
Uh,
good team, right? Jacksonville. They got a good defense.
all our receivers, all my receivers and your receivers didn't do shit. Yeah, it might just be an overreaction. We might have to just throw this week in the trash can and act like it didn't exist.
I mean, I kind of already did that.
Um, I mean, Trey Tucker was your best receiver.
hmm
Michael Mayer was my best player. Or Vidal.
Anyway, it's nice talking to y'all.
Yep.
Yeah.
I actually got to go to an appointment at 2. I'm gonna start heading out, man. I
When's the
appreciate
next
y'all,
show?
man. I'm gonna try to
Tomorrow?
aim for tomorrow. Yeah, I want to aim for tomorrow. If for whatever reason
Yeah,
I can't
time
do it,
first.
Ajon has the ability to go live, and if for whatever reason he can't do it, I'm still gonna go live regardless too. So I'm gonna let him know. So for sure
What time
tomorrow.
y'all got?
I want to do it like the normal time that we do it. Like, was it like 4 p.m.?
Okay,
Yeah,
that's better.
yeah. It was only a morning stream this morning because I got a couple appointments I need to get to at around like 4 p.m. So, and 2
Yeah, that's
o'clock.
cool.
But yeah.
All right.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, no. All right.